Welcome, everybody, to the second episode of the Loft Talk. I am here with my compatriot, Shield, and my name is Brandon.
We're here now, bro.
Oh, and unlike the first episode, you guys are actually going to be hearing the people behind the camera. We have Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
And Vaitea.
Hello.
They are our producers, and the only reason this is even happening because I don't know how to do half the stuff they know how to do. I don't know about you.
I don't know how to do any of this shit. I am so thankful.
Yes.
Shouts out.
The only reason why we have
Shouts out to the crew.
such good equipment is because of them. So
This is a real crew.
yeah,
Like, this shit's
it's
legit.
really awesome. I'm surprised this even happened because a lot of the time when people start to plan stuff, you know, it just kind of falls through. So you wanted,
This shit came together.
yeah.
And we have to bleep out every time I cuss. I'm sorry.
Are
For
we
the
doing
first
that?
10 minutes, we have to.
No,
Or it's gonna get taken down.
no, I don't.
We'll just put in some like error.
Yeah, or something.
yeah,
I like the loud beep sound. But that's cool.
definitely not the loud beep sound.
Whatever's I don't fucking know how to do this.
Yes.
But, so,
That's 5.
Yeah. Just to let you know that
Okay.
the bleeping thing is not easy to do.
yeah,
So,
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because after 10 minutes, because I don't think the reviewer system.
The algorithm doesn't catch it.
I don't think.
It's weighted. It's weighted way less.
It's mostly a myth, though.
No.
Is it a myth,
Yeah.
No.
Jamie?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of videos of people who are like, I swore in the first 10 seconds of this video and it's still monetized, but then like this one I didn't. And
I think it has a lot to do with like
Vaitea.
how much weight your channel
Size, too. Oh,
carries.
for sure. Yeah.
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 Because I mean they have to like weigh the algorithm.
yeah, because
for
someone
sure.
like I don't know, like Markiplier. I don't know if he's still relevant, but someone like
Very.
Markiplier. Yeah, I stopped
And this is
watching
a
him.
great reference because there was actually a huge issue with demonetization of multiple videos whenever this algorithm hit.
Yes,
So
I remember that.
it wasn't great.
Yeah, because I remember the first like huge controversy with like monetization was because of Steven Crowder and the Voxpocalypse, and then I believe the second one was because of PewDiePie. Because of
Critical.
I can't remember what incident caused that. Do you remember? Was it the bridge incident?
Yeah, it was the bridge.
Was it the bridge incident?
I
Okay.
don't know anything
Oh, you don't know anything about that?
about that.
Yeah.
The N-word.
Yeah. Someone every
Yeah,
now and then
my
someone big enough
memories are
messes up
racing.
big enough that YouTube kind of cracks down on everyone and everyone gets really annoyed. And yeah.
He said the N word.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is like the whitest of the white. He's literally Norwegian.
Oh
so
yeah.
so
I think I heard about that and I was, just
parody.
yeah. I think I literally heard about that and I was just like
yeah, he
It
basically
erased
said
from my
that
memory.
he was just in a video game and he just wasn't thinking. He just wanted to say like the worst thing he could say as kind of like an insult, and it just came out.
it's coming back to
So-
me.
So Brandon, PewDiePie's living the dream right now.
I know.
Damn.
I'm super jealous.
Oh yeah, because he like retired, right?
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Does he still make videos?
He makes videos.
Yeah,
So
just
he's making content, but not in the same
and not every
light
day anymore,
as
right?
He was, yeah.
Is it still every day?
I don't know. What's
Because
He's streaming, I guess, is a big question. right?
oh, because
I
that's
don't-
different.
Yeah.
And someone with his like influence and stuff, he really doesn't have to put too much into it.
You know, I was thinking about that, and it's like, okay, I feel like that's an aspiration for a lot of people. You know, like kids used to be like, yo, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a police officer when I grow up. Yeah, now I feel like most of them are just going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to be a streamer.
For
Or
sure.
YouTuber,
Yeah, no,
which is fine. Like, I think content creation is very human, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel like we might understate the work it takes to stream games for 8 hours, kind of in a dungeon experience.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Like,
it's not easy to be a content creator. I've been making videos for like 5 years, and I only have like 2,700 subscribers. Like it's
yeah. You don't upload something for a week, and it's like, all right, well, I lost what, 15K?
yeah. And I dipped out for like a year
Get gone.
and came back, and I'm like,
gone.
all right, everyone's gone.
You had your stragglers that were like, yo,
Yeah.
that's awesome. You're back, bro.
Yeah, not every day anymore. 2 days was his last video, then 7, then 13.
So he's the dad now.
Yep.
And majority of his videos.
Married to Marcia. I remember when that happened. PewDiePie's kind
That's
of
great though.
yeah. He's really interesting because he started out as this like the gamer, like the stereotypical gamer type, and then just at some point he was just like, I don't really care anymore, and then he just stopped doing games and started doing like Lawai and I think a lot of people have the same kind of path with PewDiePie where they started out watching him when he was like at his peak gaming and then kind of fell off because they got older and then came back to him after he stopped doing gaming.
Yeah,
that's what I
he's
did.
like growing with the community.
Yeah.
You know?
And
And also if you think about it, it's like, okay, so this being an occupation for the length of time that it is now, we're seeing what it looks like for like those people to retire. You know?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could have retired a long time ago. A long time ago. The only problem though is I think nowadays,
He's just been coasting.
yeah, I don't think people really strive to be streamers anymore. I think we've switched to people wanting to be TikTok stars,
Absolutely.
which is the worst.
What does that entail?
Is
like,
it?
what do you need
Yeah,
to do?
Is
Because-
it the worst, or is it the worst because what we know about it as not? Are you an active TikTok watcher?
When I used to use TikTok, my TikTok was awesome because it's curated to what you watch. So like my TikTok was great, but the format of TikTok itself is like detrimental to society with the short videos. It is basically programming people to not have attention spans. And it's ruining the next generation.
It depends on what you show, though.
It's the max consumerism version of entertainment.
Like
consumption.
it's affected me. That's why I quit TikTok. There was a point in my life where I was like watching YouTube videos, and after like 10, 20 seconds of the video, I was like, all right, I'm bored. And then I would just like click off the video. I'm like, this is not good. I had to step back because I feel like it was affecting me. What do you think about TikTok?
China's doing it great. They're running TikTok amazingly. I think it depends on what you show. If you show like people doing things and having responsibility and, you know, treating their society correctly, then I feel like that's good. If you show just whatever's the most craziest controversial stuff just as news just to get people roused, then if you're profiting off it like that, then no. I don't think it's beneficial.
That's the main problem though with TikTok is that it is Chinese propaganda.
It is Chinese doom scroll.
Yeah, like you do realize that they monitor what gets shown to Chinese citizens on TikTok, and it's all like super help your environment, study, be great. And then you look at the average American's TikTok, and it is very
Wherever
garbage.
you want it to be.
Format is here to stay, though. So if you look at
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it started with Vine, I think, was like the
Yes.
first one.
Oh, yeah.
That got really big, then it dropped, and then TikTok came about. I think the short form content, because even YouTube started doing it. YouTube Shorts. I mean, I think the attention span of this next generation has already been destroyed. A lot of them went to school for a long time on video, where they could probably just have it muted, watching other stuff on the side. I think that format is here to stay, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely leads to like a quick and easy solution mindset, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, for instance, it's like I have to spend, and I'm not saying that this is going to be the same for everyone. Passion is obviously very strong, but in a situation where like you're taking a number of like the average person, it's like, oh, this thing takes time to do and it is difficult. I'm probably not going to see it to the end, which you brought up, you know?
Yeah. That's the same thing with me is that if I'm not like automatically good at something like right away, I kind of lose interest very, very, very easily.
Yes.
But that's like a healthy thing and a not healthy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it could be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't stress myself out necessarily to deep dive into this thing.
Yeah.
And that's like your own personal filter. But then at the same time, like, yeah, you could see it as a very negative. Like,
Yeah, because I actually hold the philosophy that like adversity basically creates greatness. Is that that's why some of the best movies of all time were like low budget movies because they had to find workarounds for having such a low budget. I mean,
Absolutely.
The Evil Dead, one of the best horror movies of all time, and it's because it was low budget. They had to find ways to get around things, and it made it better.
Generally, that's actually a huge thing. Is like they even talk about like take paint or take production, take music, take those kinds of things like into account. Having too many options, which is kind of like the world we live in, right? Where you can, I'm just going to subscribe to this thing and have tons of content. It actually eliminates creativity.
Yeah. What does this lead to? AI. Mid-journey, bro.
Yo. Hey, I thought that whenever we jumped to the AI stuff, they were supposed to do the things that were like inhumane and we were supposed to be doing the humanity things. But here we go, starting out with creative stuff that the AI is doing and we're not.
Like for now on, all the voice acting for Darth Vader is going to be an AI voice of that dude's voice.
Oh, great.
Yeah. He gave him permission to do it because he feels like his voice is the character and it should continue on. But I don't know. I've seen some of this like AI art or AI videos and they're not bad.
No,
Like,
it's so young and it's come so far so fast. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of the time I'm seeing people going like, oh, this is garbage. And I'm looking at like, if you didn't know it was made by AI, would you still think it was garbage? Because it looks just like any other person's painting. You know, I don't understand, but I think moving towards AI is going to be a very bad thing for just society in general.
You think it devalues like human art? Accomplishments?
Not really. I don't think in that aspect. I think it's just going to lead more towards humans expecting things to be done without work.
I have some bad news.
A lot of things are.
So the audio had a loop set, so we recorded the first 4 minutes and then it looped back. Just to let you know, I don't know if I can fix that.
What do you mean?
So at the end, we'll just do another intro.
Well,
Well,
Like just an intro and then we'll explain what happened.
well,
and
loop
then
back. We could just talk into it. Is it recording now?
it's recording now.
How-
yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
how much should we lose? Like what? The first 4 minutes? Oh, God.
Well, no, it looped every 4 minutes.
Oh.
So I don't even know how long we've been going.
So we only just got the last 4 minutes.
Yeah.
we're talking.
That's fine. I mean,
okay.
It's okay.
what we were talking
So we
about.
Let's just do a quick restart. Just go
Okay.
ahead, bring us back in, and
Okay, I'll
let's
just
go.
do another intro.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, we're
I'm going 14 minutes.
all right, but we're recording
So,
now.
Yeah,
we are.
we've been recording the whole time. We
Okay.
just lost everything.
Do another.
We'll just do a
clap.
quick
Oh,
intro.
we gotta
and
do a
then-
clap. Okay, let's.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Did we get? But that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we just lost 4 minutes. That's fine.
All right. So
No, we lost 8.
no, we
Oh, or we lost.
We lost
Hello.
all of it. We're restarting.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Loft Talk. We lost some 4 minutes or something, and we're doing another intro.
No. Just
No,
fresh
that's
start.
fine.
No,
Because
just
we're
fresh start.
no, I'll
Just
do
fresh start.
I'll do the intro and I'll
Thank
just
you.
mention it.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to mention it.
Stop grabbing. Oh, okay.
Don't mention it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your two hosts, Brandon Benjamin and Shield Mays.
Hello. Welcome to Loft Talk. Welcome to Loft Talk, a podcast where we talk about various things like comedy, news, political stuff, or whatever we can think of.
Mostly like current events and politics. Every now and then we'll do some tangents on some fun things, like the first episode where we did is this movie demonic or not?
Yeah.
That was just some fun thing we wanted to end on. Today, though, what we were planning on talking about was this new kind of phenomenon where apparently women of the day do not want to be with Trump supporters.
Okay. Yeah.
And
That's what's the title of the article?
it's from the Daily Costs.
I'm going to go ahead and name an article myself. Don't go to bed with dudes that wear red.
Do not search that.
What?
What? You said non-Trump supporters, right? So
no.
Red Party?
Oh.
What he's looking up right now.
Yes. I'm sorry. I missed this. Yes.
So Vice.
Well, no, wait. Can I send this to you?
Unvaxxed sperm is trying to become the anti-vax Bitcoin.
I didn't send it to you, so that's my fault.
It's based on the false anti-vax
You
belief.
can tell me. I think it.
Yeah, he could just look it
send
up.
it to my phone.
We're right here. We're all in communication. You know, like you just let us know.
It's
There's
the daily
I'm trying to make it subtle.
daily costs,
Daily costs.
KOS, daily costs, and then just look up Trump women KOS.
Daily costs. Okay. Trump. Or
And then like women, I guess. Yeah, right there. Oh yeah, and that's the one. Dude, this guy, I read this article. Read like all right, so yeah, right here. So the first thing in this article is sure, Republicans want to take away rights, but the real problem is that women won't date them. Super unbiased, obviously. Just the concept that Republicans want to take away rights. I feel like both sides in some way want to take away some rights of some kind. But
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. It's vague
yeah,
as fuck.
but I feel like
was-
he's obviously
I-
alluding to the whole abortion thing. I think that's what he's alluding to. Because
So it's one issue.
yeah.
It's not all your rights. No, I thought this was stupid, but I did think it would be a good
Well, it is something that I feel like is becoming more and more of a problem. Is that people are not able to separate their political beliefs from their personalities. It's gotten to the point where not everyone, it's mostly the extremists on both sides, but they're kind of they find a topic or a belief and they stick to it, and then that becomes their whole personality. And to a lot of them, they cannot coexist with someone who does not believe that. And I feel like that's what's causing the problem. I know he's trying to be like snarky in this article about like, oh, Republicans are the problem, but they're saying women are. I think it's an everyone problem. It's really not that hard to coexist with someone who has differing opinions from you. I mean, me and my ex obviously didn't work out, but we would argue sometimes about what we felt because she was, pretty left and I was, pretty right. But at the end of the day, that wasn't that wasn't her whole being. And at the end of the day, my thoughts on the opinion wasn't my whole being. And so we were able to coexist with a lot of things. And I feel like society right now is kind of telling people that if they're on the other side, they are your enemy. And I think that's leading to the relationship status of everyone, is that everyone is so picky nowadays because of like dating apps and stuff that politics has now bled into it. And now that is one of the main things keeping people from accepting other people. I don't know how many times I've started talking with someone and, I just say like something about current politics comes up, current events, whatever, I just say my opinion. And then all of a sudden now I'm like enemy number one to them. And they're just like, yeah.
Well, yeah, they're taking their view of an extremist that they probably saw online, right? And they're like, oh, look, I read extremist. So if you even say that you align in any kind of way, then they immediately tape that to your person.
It doesn't help that we had literally the sitting president in his speech saying that like the number one threat to America was basically Trump supporters. Like it's this crazy thing that people just can't coexist anymore. I don't know what caused it. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy because
It's so funny. Vite and I were literally talking about this last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's really not that hard to accept someone with differing opinions. I mean, some opinions are very strong. Like one that usually really messes up people's relationships is like abortion, because one side truly thinks that they are killing babies, and then the other side sees it as no problem. So something like that, I can see why it might cause problems, but it doesn't need to completely ruin the relationship. Like no relationship needs to be 100% perfect. That's the whole point about like love isn't easy. It's hard. Sometimes there's hard things that happen and you got to work through it.
Yeah. And also like the whole side of it, like love, should also make it easier to get over some of those differences.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
need to
should
work on
outweigh.
it.
It should overpower. It should, yeah, for sure.
People have been kind of brainwashed by like our entertainment media over the last, I don't know, 50, 60 years that if you love someone, everything's going to work out and you don't really have to try. And I feel like that's been super detrimental and is basically what's causing this huge shift between, you know, Democrats and Republicans where.
But not just that, but just the sexes.
Yeah.
Just that alone. And that's like everybody. Like you're either a dude or you're a female, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Barbie is a 3 on the evil scale.
Yeah. Is that what he gave? Is that what he gave?
Did I give it
Yeah.
a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't even remember the last
it might have been a
podcast.
5.
I think I gave it like a 5.
I think you gave it a 5.
Yeah, because I think it was because it wasn't real or something. You basically gave anything that was in any way, shape, or form fantasy like a plus
Yeah,
5.
demonic.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
demonic.
Mistake.
The demonic level scale. Is what
But yeah, I think, and that goes in along because we are in a population crisis. Not the one that they want you to think. We're not overpopulated. We're actually underpopulated. And our rebirth rate across the entire world is like really bad. I mean, when you have China getting rid of their one-child policy because they realize, oh, we're kind of screwed, you know, it's a problem. And then with all this division amongst, you know, politics.
They got rid of theirs.
Yeah.
So it's that bad.
It was a long time ago, though. It was like what, 10,
it's still,
15 years ago.
And they still don't have the one-child policy?
Yeah, no, I think they even encourage it now. Like Japan, they have programs, basically 2015.
2015.
In 2015,
Like Japan basically has programs just trying to get their citizens to date each other. Because
So
I think they did like that thing where they ask people polls. They did a poll and with the Japanese people, and it was some ridiculous number, like 60% of Japanese men said they would rather just watch anime than go on a date with a girl because it was just too troublesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
young
that, I mean
people-
that definitely goes back to like work habits and the way that their culture is set up and things of
Yes,
that nature.
there is
for
a
sure.
lot of problem. There's the Japanese culture has been romanticized. I'm guilty of it myself. I mean, because I love their history and their culture and everything like that. But a lot of their work life and their hierarchy life, it's not good.
It's not
like
healthy.
They had a problem with people jumping off their buildings, and instead of kind of looking into that, they just started putting fences on their buildings, like on the roofs, to stop people from jumping over them.
Big time Band-Aid.
Yeah, like it's they have a whole forest. Logan Paul knows all about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of fucked up then.
Yes, they have a whole forest that's known as the suicide forest because people literally go there. Yeah, like look at this.
Sorry, unalive forest.
Unalive. They oofed themselves.
And that's where.
That is in South Korea though,
What is this?
because that's in that's Seoul.
What is
yeah.
that?
It's just showing that the way they built the fence, it goes up and comes towards the road to stop people from being able to climb
like
over it. To kill them,
the
to
big thing.
unalive
The big
themselves.
thing. I forgot what year it was in, but the production facility that makes like the Apple products. Mm-hmm. They put up like big fences and they put up nets.
And there's no pictures of those,
Of the Apple facility?
of the nets.
I've seen pictures of nets.
Yeah,
on side
I
of buildings.
I saw photos. I saw
I've seen
photos
them.
of that. Yeah.
I mean,
Probably China,
Yeah.
because China's the same way.
There's a culture in China kind of similar to the hikikomori in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's young people dropping out of work.
Yep,
They're going through
they're being disillusioned.
but are you gonna find that on DuckDuckGo?
If
are
you're
you
gonna
gonna
find
find
it,
it
you're
just
gonna
the
find
pictures?
it on DuckDuckGo, because Google's unreliable.
Okay.
I showed you yesterday when I searched
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing on both Brave and Google, and Google gave me no results for it, and Brave gave me the first 6 results were links to the article that I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, if you can't find any, no, okay. I was gonna say you just generate it with AI.
Yeah, they just put bars on windows instead of. It's a crazy culture that just like
Oh, there's the nets.
they expect you to work yourself to death, like for nothing,
So
with no reason to live, really, and because I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that's a solution. That's kind of a workaround solution to just.
Like Kyle said, it's a Band-Aid.
Yeah,
It's
very
just
much.
a Band-Aid.
It's literally.
Whereas here, I read something that like, okay, let's talk about something similar, right? We'll kind of get into the like the warehouse work, right? At Amazon, inside some of their shipping facilities. There are people that obviously have to like organize the packages before they go out for delivery each day, right?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but they do, and it's like they're in these large warehouses. They work overnights. They are 10-hour shifts because they're part of something called what's the word? The shift. It's like mega cycle. Yeah, they do something called mega cycle, so it's 10 hours, right?
Okay.
But they have such a loose kind of look at the way and the hours that their employees work that they have. I think it's UPT, which is like an unpaid time. So in the middle of their shift, not the middle, maybe more towards the end, but they can just log out and leave. They can just be like, I'm done working today, so they just leave. Okay. Yeah. So versus literally netting and caging in people from unaliving themselves.
Yeah, and if
You
you're
know, and
at
that's
work
this is different.
and you want to just leave, you just leave.
Yeah, they just leave, log out, and all right, that's my
This is a
day.
beautiful country for that reason. You just, I mean, you might get fired. In this case, it doesn't seem
Land of
like.
the free.
Do you get fired in this case?
No, I think
No. This is a program.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is a program that they actually like have in place.
No, yeah, a lot of these big corporations and stuff, they have things like this where, not like this specifically, but just programs or things like for whistleblowers or whatever, where you can't be punished legally if you take advantage of a program that they're offering. Like, if they've offered it and you use it and then you get fired for it, you could sue them for a lot of money.
Where like with
In
this,
America,
Just in general.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a
so
program
many-
that's in place and you're
Yeah.
taking it, you're utilizing
it,
maybe
yeah.
utilizing it more than
yeah.
they intended it to be. Yeah, it's not like they can come at you.
Yeah, no, like, I mean,
Well, I meant just walking out. Just when you're tired.
well, yeah, but if that's the program for them to, like, if they feel too stressed, that they could just log out early and that's set up and they're
you
told
might.
that they can do that,
I mean,
then, yeah.
I can support that for the right reasons. The same way that they probably
Yeah, I
thought
mean-
about it when they put it in place. You know.
Yeah, like, it doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
No.
I think the better idea would be to hire more people so you don't have to do these mega cycles,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
that's just a whole nother can of worms. I mean,
Yeah, but now we're getting into all right, I own a business and I
Yeah,
have to start crunching
it's-
numbers and
Yep.
there are reasons. There are reasons.
yeah,
We're not gonna talk about those reasons.
yeah,
Greed is a pretty good one,
yes,
but
Yeah.
it's okay.
yeah. It's honestly the problem with things like this though is that this I want to say narrative, but that makes it seem like it's not true. That like people are being overworked and there's suicide problem and stuff like that in America, is that it helps push this idea that the more jobs that leave America, the better, because people are not going to get overworked. I think the solution is to just bring everything back to America.
just hella jobs.
Yeah, just jobs everywhere.
Just look, and that would span off probably smaller jobs.
Because I mean, it's with how many people are looking for work nowadays. Like the current place that I'm working, I looked for a job for like 3 months before I got hired at the current place that I'm working. No one called me back, not even a single time. It's insane because it was during a period where there was all these news articles about like people needing work. Like no one wants to work. Like I'm trying, like I'm not.
Yeah, like you're saying, like people need to go work.
Yeah.
Because no one wants.
Wait,
to
you
work.
said you didn't get any?
Any responses in like 3 months.
Which I think is still an issue. My dad, he loves his McDonald's breakfast, right?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
and I'm just throwing this out there. I'm going to put it into the internet. Hopefully, there's some robot listening to me. Please just open up McDonald's establishments that serve only breakfast all day, and that's just all they do. I think that'd be very successful.
I think yeah.
And if you want, you can offer me a franchise to do that, because I think it would slap. Anyway, but he was telling me that they always have the join the team signs on like the drive-through. They are so desperate for people that they are putting flyers in the bags, bro.
Yeah.
This brings me to Shield.
Yes.
We had the strangest experience going to Carl's Jr. the other day.
Ooh.
Okay.
So
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Can you toss me B Boop's cousin?
This is Hardee's for all you people over in the
Hardee's,
Midwest.
Yeah. In fact, that's what he referred to. He was referring to Carl's Jr. as Hardee's, and I was confused. I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Navigated
yeah.
me to Carl's Jr. to the drive-thru.
Wait, you called it Hardee's?
Yeah, because I used to work at a Hardee's when I was like 16, like when I was in high school.
Yeah. Same star, different name. Anyway, continue, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you call it? Intercom? No, that would be
Yeah.
Intercom.
Yeah.
So all right, you'd pull up to the intercom, order your food, and you would expect a human, right?
I would.
You would expect a
Generally,
Yeah.
yes.
You would expect to speak to a human being, probably a teenager,
Right.
on the other end,
Right.
someone who doesn't speak very well
Yeah.
English. But no, I was met with a artificial intelligence cashier, essentially, customer interface.
I bet you got your order right though, right?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, you got it right. It's
Yeah, I bet you got it
So,
right.
question: when you were ordering,
Yeah,
like, were you hearing that?
yeah.
Okay.
So it started out with offering me the special,
Right, which is normal.
Guacamole and bacon.
Right, which I think they do that, right? Where when the specials are on, they just hit like an auto recording. That way, everyone gets greeted with the same offer.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I thought initially.
Right.
Okay, it's an ad for their new burger.
That's
right?
fine,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna talk to someone.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Afterwards,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
put in my order, and then no, it just it was really strange. Like I
Wow.
had to. So it asked me the question, kind of like speaking with the chatbot. You'd have to wait a few seconds.
Before responding.
Process.
Right.
Process your response, and then it'd give you a reply. And
Huh.
I mean,
Fully
it worked
automated.
flawlessly. It
Fully
worked
automated.
flawlessly. Like I didn't have any issues with the order at all. I put in an order of the. I did end up getting the guacamole and bacon burger.
So you said yes to the offer.
I said no.
You said no, and then we're
I
like,
said,
okay, so now we can start experimenting. Like, let's see how intelligent it can be. It'd be like, oh, hey, by the way, that offer that you gave me at the beginning of this conversation, I'll go ahead and take an order of that, and see if it could lock that in.
you could try that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
just as
essentially
a-
said no, and then put in an order for the guacamole bacon burger.
Right.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's
voice
very
recognition
interesting.
is at it's
But there was a
No.
person.
or it's getting there.
it's bad.
Well, it understood him.
No,
in the
like
drive-thru.
some of it good, yeah, but it's not at a place where we could just start replacing things now, in my opinion. I mean,
They're rolling it out in a big way.
yeah, I
guess.
know, but there's going to be problems. It's like,
Of course.
it's like those self-driving cars. People think they're ready. I don't think they're ready.
Yo, I agree.
I don't think they're ready.
But there are some great implications for something. Specifically, this is like you go up to the drive-through, right? And an establishment probably doesn't necessarily have someone that fluently speaks a bunch of languages for every situation, right?
True.
And how nice would it be for someone that is not a native speaker of English in this case, and there was an option for them to like order in their native tongue, no matter what it may be, which would be pretty nice. Yeah.
Very accommodating.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, I've worked in. Have you done customer service?
Yeah, I've done customer service.
All right. So I'm sure you've experienced the run-in.
Yeah, I get that aspect of it. That actually does sound good.
Yeah,
it's the
of
the
course.
problem is that this
Maybe that should be the second line. It's like, oh, you know what? If you're more comfortable ordering this way, I actually do have a tool that can take your order for you in your native tongue.
It just goes back to like what we were talking about before the podcast is that it leads to this mentality of like things need to be easier. That there shouldn't be any kind of like adversity throughout your day.
There's a difference between things being easier and.
I mean,
it's like I'm not going to be able to like understand 40 languages though.
No, that I understand. It's just like
There's
it's
a
this
line.
thought process that there's something that could be kind of improved with AI, so let's just do it. And then now that's easier. And then because I just feel like it's gonna steamroll into this thought process was like, oh, okay, well this is easier with AI, so let's just do this. Oh, this is easier with AI.
I'm just gonna hit you with like a perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we made the combustible engine,
Yes.
they were probably like, "Oh, I bet this would just be easier if we gave it a motor."
Yeah.
And they probably did.
Yeah.
And then it took years and years to perfect those things.
True.
It's the same.
It's the
thing.
same. It's kind of the same thing. Yes. The only problem is that AI can be applied to everything.
100%.
So it could eventually basically make everything easy. And we're already at a point where people like it's so easy to find information, it's so easy to like just watch videos, it's so easy to do anything you want to do so easily that it kind of gets rid of that urge or that need in humans to kind of work towards something. And I think we're going to get to a point where they're going to replace too many things with AI and there's not going to be enough things for humans to do. And then humans without purpose just leads to disaster.
And we're already experiencing humans without purpose.
Well,
like
yes.
short attention spans and stuff
The
like
humans without purpose, it depends on what you consider purpose being.
Well, I think having needing like work. Like work is needed for humans.
Yeah, but there are definitely like you could argue a ton of people out there that make work for themselves.
Oh, for sure. There are people like that, but there are too many people who aren't like that.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the
Yeah.
majority.
But is that a problem with the AI, or is that a problem with the perspective of what we consider to be a purpose?
It's something that's going to be exacerbated using AI.
Okay.
It's not like AI is going to cause it.
I'm just over here playing devil's advocate to like dig.
It's a tool that's going to lead to that progressing faster. Because I'm one of those people. If I didn't have to work, I don't even know what I would do. I would be super depressed.
We'd be here doing a podcast talking about it.
It'd be crazy.
maybe.
at
It's an
first.
outlet.
Maybe.
It
but
is.
I've been out of work like those 3 months. I was actually super depressed during those 3 months.
100%. And
Because
it probably
I was
had
like,
something to do with like your.
I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do anything. I had
didn't need
nothing to do,
purpose.
even though I had everything to do. And I think that kind of mentality, because I've experienced it so much, I know how easy it is to kind of get into that mindset.
Yeah.
And I think AI is going to
you
lead
think-
people to that.
Do you think that part of the reason that you felt the way that you did is because of a stress, though?
Oh, that was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
so I'm saying in a situation where AI, it's like, okay, you're saying you're thinking, okay, it's at the point where it's taking most of human work, purpose, responsibilities away, right? There is going to be a very different feeling in that because I feel like at least for us, and I totally agree. I've been in your situation. I understand. So when we're out of work, we almost feel like we're a burden, or you're doing something, or you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. There's the stress of financial, right? There's a ton of that, and there might not be that in that situation.
Exactly, because it'll shape a world where like it'll be totally different. The
Yeah.
structure, like,
Yeah.
you're not going to feel like a dropout. You're not going to feel like a loser. First of all, for not
Right. It's going to be a lack of remorse for it.
lack of remorse. I mean, who knows? I mean,
It could be a renaissance.
possibilities. Yeah,
There's a part of that, like for sure, that's a part of it.
Where people realize that instead of being, okay, maybe I'm exaggerating because you wouldn't go from being a serf peasant to being Michelangelo,
Yeah.
right? But essentially that's the idea, right?
Yeah, that's actually very interesting. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm just going to deep into that because, like, how would the social structure adapt to that?
Yeah.
That's a great.
It started to create a middle class, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But in a world like how do you level up like in a class, right? It's like, oh, I learned something, I got a better job, I got a better this, you know. So when those chases don't exist, and we have a very much a community that is kind of structured around it. It's like you drive down the street, you'd be like, oh, okay, it's just real life. That is a low income neighborhood. Mm-hmm. This is a fancy people neighborhood. This is a this, right? Like that's real, but like we'd have to restructure that as well. Mm-hmm. Or is it like, oh, you know, you were a Jones. You've always been a Jones. You always will be a Jones. So like you're just locked in based on your family heritage, like just freeze frame. All right. Mm-hmm. This is when AI hit and everyone's locked into their social structure. I think
you guys
have plenty of time to build a better house.
Faith. I think you guys have more faith in the individual person than I do. I don't think that if we got rid of all of our like financial worries, that the world would be a better place. I think that for the majority of people, now there are some like type A type people who could really, really thrive in that situation where they don't have to worry about money or anything, so they can just work on their hobbies and become masters.
I'm praying that's me.
There are a lot of people like that. Yeah.
Praying.
My older brother's one of them. The problem is I believe that the majority and a big majority are not like those people.
Yeah.
That if they didn't have to go to work, 4 or 5 times a day, to live, that there would be no drive in their life at all, and they would just become burdens.
I think that would be
society.
That would be part of us as like a human job, like humanity's job is to make outlets.
Yes.
I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Are you familiar with the term survival mode?
I feel I'm not familiar with it, but I feel like I can kind of grasp it.
Yeah, it's not very deep. It's like, okay, a lot of people feel, act, and live their lives based on the chase of being able to pay ends meet.
Yes, and honestly, I know it's going to sound pretty messed up and harsh, but I honestly think that's a good thing for humans. I think it is because at the end of the day, I think humans
and high cholesterol.
I think humans need to work towards something and live for something. And I don't think there are enough people who could use their hobbies as that thing to actually let them function. And I'm just speaking from experience because I don't think I'm one of those people either.
I don't think I am either.
I don't think I could live off of just working towards my hobby.
Let's talk about like some directions this could go. Okay. So say it did happen, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And we're talking about purpose and things of that nature and structure and everything like that. Like there is a very real direction with some of the tech that we're coming out with now that 100% leads me to believe that this all happens and we live virtual lives.
So,
very much.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the end of the world.
Yep.
For sure.
Yup.
That's the end. The Matrix kind of thing.
And I'm not saying that's not like an outlandish idea.
I think connected to that, this is what I think.
Oh yeah.
I think that happens. We all get digital. Our souls or something fries all the databases, resets time, and we live it all over again. That's what happens. Because it's just too much. I feel like humanity is too much to put in a algorithm. Uh-huh. But I think you could probably get your toe in the algorithm, get humanity's toe in the algorithm. But past that point, once you get your whole body in the algorithm, it's just gonna freak out, reset time. It's gonna cause a big bang.
The problem
is start all over.
Yeah, once you once you get everyone in this digital space, there's got to be someone running it. Like, it's either going to be AI
Who's
or
going to
people.
run it? I feel like our consciousness is going to race to run it, and it's going to create the Big Bang.
No, I think what's going to happen.
It's
They're
gonna be like
already
sperm.
pushing towards people to only live in virtual reality already. And I think the end goal of that is to kind of just get rid of all of the peasants so that they're out of the way and the higher class can rule the world.
Can I just
That'll probably
say,
happen for a little bit.
not necessarily higher class, but that's how you balance a social structure. It's called a clean slate.
It's
And
like, hey,
like your value in your life will not be based on the physical thing you live inside of anymore. Which
they're just going to go like, hey, all you poor people, all you middle class people, virtual reality. And then all of the rich people are going to live
they'll
in the
have a
real
nicer
world.
headset.
Oh,
Rich people.
no,
There's
the,
headsets out now.
the super elites and like the globalists and stuff, they're not going to be in virtual reality.
Why?
We are.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because they already just want to get rid of the entire population
Why do you think that?
because they've said it.
I mean, that's a good reason.
Yeah. They straight up basically said that like most of the world, Bill Gates, for one, is a huge proponent of getting rid of like 80% of the population.
Has he said
Yeah,
this?
it's kind of like
Yeah.
that.
He said this.
Basically,
Can
yeah.
we see this?
What was
wanted
that?
to
What
see
was
it.
that movie where everyone got like shrunk down? Not Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but the other one. It's like the same idea, right? It's like, we made a bunch of tiny things, tiny people, and now
Willy Wonka?
no. You know what I'm talking about, right? Downsizing. Oh yeah. So
Never heard of it.
like the whole idea was like a large part of the population got shrank into tiny people, and then they were put in a box to live and restructure their life. But they had like everything that they needed.
Yeah, because everything would be smaller.
Because the people on the outside are able to produce food at max level.
Yeah.
You know, still things like that, and it led to just pure abundance.
But that's going to lead to bad in this scenario, because at the end of the day, someone is controlling everything,
Right.
and the people who are controlling this are not going to be good people.
Well, they're just human beings. So
Yeah.
human nature is probably going to take over
Well,
if we don't
they
have a
could
say.
be,
If the majority doesn't have a say,
but it would take a lot.
I don't think it's possible for a good person to be in power.
No, it could be if the people that are good make sure that the person that is in power is a good person, bro.
But
I'm
at the
just
end of the
saying.
day, eventually that good person that's in power is going to get overthrown,
They could.
because it happens to every regime in the history of man.
Yeah.
You
But as you go down generational lines, there will be people that are like, I know what's best for this. It happens. It happens. And I think the big problem is like the power struggle that you're referring to. It's like, okay, why are those people quote unquote bad to you? Because they have more money?
Oh, are you talking about like the real life power struggle right now? Like
Yeah,
with
no,
the
no, I'm saying,
WEF?
like,
pause it.
Well, because they want to basically get rid of everything that is being a human. The WEF
and
wants,
what is the goal?
the goal for them is to control everything. They want to control.
Do you think
everything.
that stems from wealth?
No, I think that they're in the position that they are because they do have wealth, but it's not because they're wealthy they feel this way.
Right.
It's just that the majority of the people.
I think personally, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
By the way, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it does stem from wealth, though.
I think for you to get to
I
that
think it's
level,
the first taste of power.
you have to be that kind of person.
Yeah.
I don't think you could be a good person and be that wealthy. I don't think it's possible, because you have to have almost no care about other people to get to that level.
But are you saying that being wealthy automatically rules you out to be that person?
Be a good person?
To be that power hungry, just want to rule the world type person?
No, those
think
are the
one
only
thing
type of
leads to
people who get that wealthy.
In our society now.
Yes, in human society, yeah. The only people who get to the Bill Gates level, who get to the Soros level, the Bezos level, are people who, at the end of the day, they might have started off as good people, but to get to that level, they had to have thrown away their humanity at one point.
Well, I don't know. So I leave a little room for some of them to be okay.
Openly, Bezos has said that he loves the idea of controlling.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
And Soros is literally
totally
trying to deconstruct our like judicial system, like right now. He has overthrown other currencies of other countries just to get richer. Like he was a Nazi.
I guess
Like,
I was
literally,
asking, I
he
was
was a
asking
Nazi.
these questions if they stem from like monetary reasons is because what we were kind of referring to as like new life. Like I don't know how much like monetary things are gonna really work. And yeah, the whole AI thing, man, it would lead to absolute socialism.
Well, they want to go to a
It would have to be that, right? I mean, I can't think of another real way for it not to be that.
well,
Can
I
you
mean,
think of another way?
the ultimate end goal is to go to a
Well,
digital only like credit system.
we can still.
And then from there, they'll do a social credit system. And then basically that's
That
how they're going
covers
to
all
take over.
bases.
at the
But
beginning.
like, does it just go back to work?
What do you mean?
Like, how would you earn money?
No, it's same. Well, once
So
they
instead
get
of working in the real world, I'm working in AI. Or
once they
working
get
in
to the
metaverse.
the digital only credit system, it's going to lead to a universal income
UBI.
because they're going to have all control over all money once it becomes a digital only currency system.
Right, but that's like
And
you
then
could
once-
argue that's like parts of socialism.
once they do the universal income, after that they're going to implement the social credit system so that they can control how much money you get to control you. It's like, oh, you said something bad to the barista today. You're not getting your money.
And this is similar to what
And-
China has right now.
Yeah, China's trying that
That's
right now.
actually that's a good site right there.
Well, it's happening right now in China.
Literally,
Like-
yeah. So it's fully implemented.
Yeah.
So this is actually a top level, fully implemented thing. Like that's actually,
Well, that's what the WF wants.
and there's nothing for me to like not believe that we haven't done this in some type of fashion here.
Well, like you've heard me say this many times. Is like that quote that I always jokingly say is like, "You will own nothing, and you'll like it, you'll love it."
You love
That's
it.
literally what he said.
I think it's
Like-
and you'll be happy.
and happy. Yeah, I'm sorry. You will own nothing and be happy. That's what Carl Schwab said. That's literally out of his mouth.
You guys think we might be exaggerating how impactful AI is going to be on society? I mean, don't you think there are so many people, or like how?
Yes.
Okay, how to word this? Like, how many of our essential services are
Able to be
Possibly.
absolved because of this.
Yeah. So like how much like that you depend on will be is even there to possibly be like replaced by AI? What kind of
At the end of the day, the important thing to me is it doesn't matter
right?
because at the end of the day, the risk of what could happen
Yeah.
outweighs the good of what we think could happen. I think there's too much of a risk to humanity to potentially gamble on the good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean gamble on the good that AI might work out?
Yeah, like there's a possibility that at the end of the day we
It's
could go into
completely
a utopia
Yeah.
with AI and everything is great and Star Trek.
I think
just
the
our
fact that
Star
we
Trek,
can
like-
even- the fact that we can even have these type of things like utopia and things that we created like that, I think the fact that we can even conceptualize it and make it, I feel like is kind of like a good thing because it's like maybe we could, if we could dream it up, then maybe we could do it because but I
actually
think it would
think,
have to take everybody being involved. It would have to take the majority of citizens all working together in the world and everybody. So
I don't think it's possible.
how we gonna do
I
that?
actually think you're onto something. Like realistically, what would be best case scenario?
Utopia.
Right,
Yeah.
without the socialism thing.
Yeah,
too,
like-
too implicated at least. Would be AI would run a lot of the day-to-day monotony of human existence.
Yep.
Our society would 100% have to swap to science. And we would have a new endeavor, and that new endeavor would probably be like leveling up as like the next what what do they call it? Like different societies, right? So you have like the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Yeah.
So
Basically
like
transcend.
it would be like, okay, everything on Earth is like self-sustainable via our creations of AI and these like advanced networks that are basically farming and doing all this food resource work and all mundane labor, providing us sustenance and time. And that time needs to probably go to leveling us up as a race into interstellar beings.
And that's best case scenario.
Yeah. That's
Now,
best case
worst case scenario
And then the
is
Big Bang
end of
happens.
humanity.
Right. You
Yeah.
guys have to realize that AI has to interact with an interface that's built and an infrastructure that's built by humans.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
Until it doesn't, though.
What do you mean?
Until the singularity.
Well, he's saying like basically until you make when you accidentally make a brain, bro.
Yeah.
And then that brain makes something smarter than it.
Yeah.
And then it just snowballs into something that they start making things that we can't even
Yeah,
comprehend.
neural network.
That's-
is very dangerous.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but
Okay.
I feel like it's a possibility, and
I
that
feel like the
enough.
worst that could happen would be to bring down the internet at the worst.
But
Yeah.
the problem
Shut
is,
down
Yeah.
systems, like,
Well, it depends on like what kind
industry
of
systems, but how
It
could
could
it
be-
actually like
yeah, but like with this transcended, like what we're trying to get to, everything is going to be run and have been connected in some way.
right to answer your question. Worst case scenario, like I think it would be making too strong of a network based on that AI.
yeah, we'd have to be so advanced already for it to fuck us up that much.
100%.
So-
Like,
yeah,
which we're not
it'd have
there
to
yet.
be able
I
to
think-
control a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
infrastructure and what we have in place for AI to interact with is not even at a point where it can do anything. Like,
Yeah.
we
All right.
can-
I mean, you hook up an AI to something that has enough versatility as far as like building mechanical structures where it can create a network for itself.
but we're-
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But like, that's what it would have to have.
which we're so far from.
Yeah,
it.
totally,
So
totally.
I think it's a non.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want
And
to
I mean,
use
you could
fantasy
at the end of the day, like
as like an
unplug
argument,
it.
but for example,
At the end of the day, what do humans need? A roof over our heads, food, water.
yeah, we're stronger. We're stronger.
Fine, man.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could
but
argue
the
that they
problem
need
is-
less.
We really depend on like technology, really.
Right.
You know.
How much does technology rely on us?
We'll be fine. I gotta pee.
I mean, we have to screw things in and like melt metal together,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
you know, and like okay, so
spending fixing shit.
right, yeah, 100%. But we're fixing stuff because we made it. If it was smart enough to make itself and do it better than us, which it obviously like, if it's given the information on everything to do properly,
Yeah.
which is the goal.
Right.
Most of the time, we're not feeding a neural network bad information. The whole point is, well, I mean, it is because it's connected to the internet. But yeah, all we have to do is reroute the stock file to only look up Wikipedia, and we'll be all right.
oh, Wikipedia is super compromised.
Exactly.
No, like it's really bad.
Yeah.
No, but like not to use fantasy as like an example because it's not real. But so in the game series Mass Effect, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this transcended like species called the Leviathans that they're so above everything that they're basically like nothing can stop us. And they see this cycle of bio creatures creating AI, the AI taking them over and destroying them. It just happens over and over and over again throughout centuries, like millennia. And so they wanted to come up with a solution to it. So what do? Because they have so much hubris, they create an AI to come up with a solution to it. And the solution they came up with was to basically harvest and melt down all human, like all living creatures and store it into this like being so that race will never die because it is forever in this mechanical, all the thoughts, all the things is in this mechanical creature.
Yeah. Not necessarily the physical
Yes.
existence, but like the collective existence, right? Yeah.
So I think that's the problem with AI is that we think we're going to be in control until we're not. But the problem is we'll be at a point where we won't be able to stop it because we thought we were in control.
But only if we give it the control to begin with.
But there's very easily they could take control.
No, I'm saying like we will never get to that point until we consciously give it the tool to do it.
but that's where I think that it will happen because the what's that guy's name? He was like with Trump for a little bit. His last name starts with K. He's basically the best case scenario. He's the Antichrist. Like I can't remember his name, but
If I tell you want to do a search,
Yeah.
Brandon's doing a reference.
yeah, it's some Trump advisor. It used to be Trump advisor. Last name starts with a K. That's all I got, unfortunately.
Can we like specify it with like tech?
He wants to be a part of the first humans to live forever.
Oh, okay. Like Futurama head jars or
I think he's planning on just like basically getting rid of mortality in humans. But he's Kushner. Okay, yeah. So he's basically the Antichrist. I could be mixing him up with someone else, but I'm pretty sure he purposely bought like a location in New York or whatever with the
He's basically the Antichrist.
with a address of 666.
he's like
On
and he
purpose,
lives in New York.
like purposely, like that's what he wanted to do. Anyway, yeah. So
Did he buy a strip club too?
the problem
just the
is
plot
that
of Lucifer.
people like him are the ones that are going to be leading this push towards like the transcendence. And the problem is people like him have too much hubris, and they will think they're in control all the way up until they are getting stabbed in the back by the AI that they thought they had power over.
I tricked you.
Yeah, like
It still sounds like that. It still sounds stupid, but it's smart as fuck. I tricked you.
he's not like he's like I'm not just throwing out that whole like Antichrist thing like as like a joke. Like that's really what a lot of people think is that he is the best case. Like he could be the Antichrist. Like he's the things that he talks about is crazy.
I'm pretty sure they said the same thing about Obama.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah, like every big person who comes into power that disagrees with, the right he's probably the Antichrist. But no, this dude, like this dude,
He might be the Antichrist.
he might be the Antichrist. But the problem is that eventually the way the world is going, unless all of these like riots and protests across the world actually work, the way the world's going is that eventually every government is going to adopt the policies of the WEF. And the problem with that is that the WEF does not have human interests.
What's the WEF?
World Economic Forum.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
They do not have human interests like in their hearts. Like they do not want humans.
Is there a counter
Just
to the World Economic?
No, they
Forum?
technically have no power, but almost like a ton of leaders across the world are all like a part of it and are in some way like connected to it. Like their love child right now that they freaking love is Trudeau,
Trudeau. What does he
the
do?
Canadian Prime Minister.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like
That's the leader? You said he's the leader?
no, he's like their like pride and joy kind of. Is like he's basically going along with a lot of their plans for society.
He
That's like,
agrees with them?
that thing I told you about that guy who wants to genetically modify people to be allergic to meat.
Can we please watch that?
He's a part of the WEF.
I really want to see this. How long is it?
Go to YouTube and then just type in WEF beef intolerance. Yeah, it's this guy right here. The
it's a
105
short.
one should work. The third one. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
So I'll give two examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption of meat, then they would it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, some people will be willing to, but other people they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So but so here's the thought. Right, so it turns out that we know a lot about. So we have these intolerance to. So I, for use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the long-star tick, where if it bites you, you will become allergic to meat. I can sort of describe it.
It's already here.
That's something that we can do through human engineering. We can kind of possibly address really big world problems through human engineering.
Well, what I want to say to that,
those are the people who are going to be leading.
What I want to
us
say to that
with
is
AI.
like, if we were all living in a village, let's say a village was like the best case scenario
Do you
for
think
humans.
that the general? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Let's say a village was the best case scenario for humans, where you knew a certain amount of people, the Dunbar's number, like you were good, and everybody was close, the communal. If somebody had an allergy to milk in a village, like I guarantee they would come up with a way better idea than just like poison everybody else and like no one drinks milk.
That's not the objective, though.
What is he doing? Well, he's
The
trying to make.
objective is he's saying that it would be better for the planet for us not to ingest meat, so just to make everyone allergic to it.
Well, I think I switched it around with my ADHD, but
It's not because a person. It's not like, oh, you can't eat meat. You know what? We'll just make everyone not
No,
be able
because
to eat meat.
that's off of sympathy.
so
Yeah.
Like your scenario is off of them being sympathetic to the
yeah.
person.
he's making people not be able to eat meat. Right?
That's
Yeah.
what he wants to be able to genetically modify people so that they
So I'm
can't
like,
eat meat
in the-
because it's bad for the environment.
In the village, you would make everybody not be able to drink milk.
Cow farm.
Because it's bad. Yeah, cow farts. Cow farts are pretty bad.
Well, he likes milk too. I mean, he likes steak, so he won't be able to eat it either. Is he going to inject himself?
He probably already did.
He's like, no more steaks for me, and now I don't have. I can't.
You
I
see,
can't eat steak.
The people who are going to suffer from this are not these people.
Okay,
They're
but
going to be implementing that on us.
Do you think that the general population will let that happen, bro?
Were you here for COVID?
Fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard.
Right.
I heard you, bro.
There's
Yeah.
still people to this day who think that if you don't mask, you're killing people. To this day.
Point taken, Brandon.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
That is. Yep. So
You have
you
the
just
floor.
Yeah, no, the problem with these
can we
people
bleep
is
out
there's-
COVID? Because I think
No.
they put the
No.
banner on the bottom of your video.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
You want the banner?
I don't
I
care.
think it's cool. The banner was like reminiscent of that time period. It was so amazing.
So, oh God, what was I gonna say? No. It was I can't remember what it was, but yeah. The problem with the World Economic Forum is people like Carl Schwab who are leading it, and they straight up do not like humans. That's the problem, is that they're so arrogant, is that they will straight up tell you their plans in public.
Yeah.
Like that. And because they know nothing is going to be done about it.
In 4K.
And yeah. And I think those are the type of people who are going to lead the world to ruin. Especially because most of them think that 80% of the population
Even if
should be
they're
taken
joking.
out.
And they're going to eat steak.
Because they're not
They'll
saying
still
they're
eat
joking.
the juicy steak.
Well, right now, there is a somewhat of a what's it called? Like a, I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but a theory because of some of the stuff that's in the COVID vaccines. That there are things in there that could lead to meat intolerance.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and just to let you know, I did get dual vaxxed.
cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's fine. It should be everyone's choice. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't care.
Yeah.
You
As
know,
long as it's your choice.
and it's funny because I really only did it out of convenience because in this situation, like, and I guess this like leads to the aggressiveness of the whole situation, but like they came to my work and it was available for me to just like stand in a line and just bing, which seems really kind of crazy now.
The problem with things like the whole like the beef intolerance in the injection thing is that when you say stuff like that, people assume that you mean that every single person who got the injection is supposed to have this outcome. And so it's kind of hard to be like, no, what we're saying is that there are things in there that could trigger it, and that's what they're hoping for. They don't plan on every single person to get like the bad.
It was a numbers game.
Yeah, it was like they're not hoping, like they don't want every single person to have heart attacks. They don't want every single person to
Yeah, because then you'll really be violent.
Yeah, to get
You'll
the
be
beef
like, wait,
intolerance. They
that
just
happened
hoping
instantly.
They're just hoping that it triggers in enough people.
Right. It's like Plague Inc., bro. Did you play that game?
Yeah, great game.
It's the same thing.
Screw
It's like
Switzerland.
if you are subtle enough, you don't get detected, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's and that's why a lot of people have a hard time expressing their views on things like this, because there are tons of people who think I'm a fucking wacko, who think I'm just like a conspiracy theory. I get it. I sound pretty crazy sometimes, but the problem is that most people, when they express things that I'm expressing, they don't know how to express it in a way that makes it sound other than just absolute. It's like, oh, there's, the vaccines are poison. It's like, oh, well, my cousin had a vaccine and he's fine. It's like, okay, yes, but what I meant is that they're not all, like, it's not meant to take out everyone. It's meant to take out some people, because their ultimate end goal is to reduce the population to like just 20%.
It's like you could go a step further. You could be like, okay, so they made COVID.
Oh, they did.
That took out a big chunk.
Yeah.
And now we're going to take out a decent little chunk with the the vaccine.
No,
And
COVID
then-
was 100% on purpose,
COVID alone, like,
in my opinion.
just the stress of living. Just people die from stress. So
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
plenty of people that like didn't get sick,
Yeah.
and also became no longer alive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, from just that. So
I mean, the media basically celebrates every time an anti-COVID shot person dies, because they're like, hey, this person was against the vaccine and he just died of COVID. Then you later find out he had like a heart attack or something and he just had COVID. Because what was the average age of a COVID death? Was like 70 something, with no less than 3 to 4 comorbidities. It's like, yeah, those people are going to die from the flu too. Like, of course, like it.
yeah.
It's the first time in history that we had a breakout of something, and we didn't quarantine the people who were sick, but the people who weren't sick.
Stress the fuck out of them.
I mean, you could chalk that up from
insane.
a completely other perspective. You could just say, oh yeah, it was also the first time that we had something of this nature where we had the communication to try to take different,
True, but
like different.
Yeah, that's a whole.
What's the word I'm looking for?
methods.
Yeah, sure.
The problem is that they were basically saying the science is settled. This is going to solve it, and there's proof that it wasn't. I mean, the countries that stayed open did way better with COVID than the countries that didn't stay open. Just based on like deaths and everything like that. It's I think the reason
I'm a firm believer in like you get sick and your body learns from it.
100%.
That's
Natural
just kinda how it
immunity
works.
is the
But
strongest form
I
of
also
immunity.
understand that not everybody
Yeah,
has the ability to do so.
Yeah,
So,
like- 80-plus-year-old people. Like,
Or people that
It's-
just weren't born, just like they had abnormalities in their birth or whatever the case is, or in their teens or whenever they get in the accident.
the problem is that the COVID deaths are inflated a lot, because they were basically using any death of someone who had COVID as a COVID death. They were labeling people who like died in car accidents as COVID deaths because he had COVID. And it was 100% money driven, because hospitals were basically compensated for every COVID case they had.
Well, there's a lot of money talk around that.
Yeah,
drug.
no, Pfizer
can
straight
start
up
talking about
said
money.
they never tested the vaccine. Like, it was this whole thing. They were like, so did you test it? And they're like, no. And then,
The rollout was too quick.
yeah, and then the part that they did test, they basically hid 80% of the deaths in the thing from the people who got shot until after the emergency emergency authorization, is that what it's called? Yeah, until the emergency authorization came out. They had hid that until it came out, because they basically did was like, for the placebo people, they recorded the results and they basically shown the results within a certain number of weeks. But with the people who took the shot, they changed the rules and made it a much longer period until they would show the results. So they basically got emergency authorization, and then after, like a couple weeks after, they're like, oh yeah, here's the rest of the the trial, 80% more people died actually. So it was purely just money grubbing. But the problem is the underlying factor of that. It wasn't like they were the people on the front lines doing the money grubbing, but the people who were basically egging them on are the people like the WEF who want this distortion, this instability of society.
So,
like Soros. So what he's doing is he's going around and he is funding a bunch of judges who are super lax on crime, so that criminals are out on the streets to destabilize America, so that they could crash the U.S. dollar, and then he can basically get a lot richer. Like he's a real supervillain, Soros. Like he was a Nazi. He said that one of his best times of his life was when he was going around with his like, I want to say godfather or like someone related to him. He was going around taking stuff from Jews during Nazi Germany.
Hold on, isn't George Soros a Jew?
Technically, he was being protected by his by that dude. But he literally said in an interview, they were like, "Oh man, that must have been really rough on you. That must have been like." You like basically insinuating you must have gotten like PTSD from that, and he goes, "Oh no, it was great. It was the best time of my life." Like, dude's evil, straight up.
I can't even comprehend this.
I know, it's no wonder people become freaking like conspiracy theorists, because you find out one like really messed up thing like this, and you're like, wait, this guy's in power and everyone loves him and trusts him, and he's funding a bunch of judges around the United States who purposely don't put criminals behind bars.
I mean, I think we really have to just look at like the situation. Like, was he rich? Like, did he have money?
He's like one of the richest people in the world.
Because I don't automatically think if you have money that you have to do some crazy stuff to get it.
Oh,
I
no.
just think
No, I think Brandon's point from earlier about like, if you are genuinely a moral and good person and you have that much money, you probably won't continue to have that much money.
Yeah, like for example,
you'll
like,
be broke.
But
No.
there are also like smart good people.
no.
You know, there
like
are.
for example, my dad, he's way too willing to like help people. Like there's many times where he's just given money to people that like, that in my opinion, didn't really deserve it. And he would have a lot more money if he wasn't such a good person.
Yeah, but his moral compass is good.
Exactly.
You know,
which
at the
is
end of the day,
that's the better thing.
I believe in karma.
and
I don't know if I believe it's a concept. Like I believe
like the
that
concept.
doing good things leads to good things.
Yeah, 100%.
well, then you're
Put
fully
good in, get good out,
Yes.
bro.
Yep.
you're fully realizing that money doesn't matter. Like money is not the true thing that brings you happiness. Then, you know, and we can watch this actually.
Oh no. Yeah, money doesn't lead to happiness.
We should watch this, but
No,
I don't think. I
But
think those
the
people.
lack of stress that having an abundance brings you can lead you to happiness.
But the problem is once you get to that point, I think it leads you to evil.
Isn't
can.
like the cap for everybody to be fully set is like 100,000? Like if you had 100,000
no
a year or something.
Not anymore. If that used to be
No.
true, I don't know.
What was it? It was like the price where like if everyone had this, like they would be fine and they wouldn't be too stressed. It's just like the perfect balance of like the money that people would need to like just live a regular life, have family or whatever.
I'm pretty sure you'd have to be like a multimillionaire for that, at least.
And I don't know if this was before or after all this extra inflation or the price raises, but it was something not too crazy and it sounded very doable as far as like,
yeah, but then people would stop providing things that you need.
well, that goes back into the AI thing. It's like
Yeah.
after you're satiated, are you going to actually...
No, because the people that make the things that satiate you are also satiated, so they don't have to make the things that satiate you.
That's why socialism doesn't
It's a
work.
catch-22, my boy.
Yeah, they're like, food should be free. It's like, okay, so who's gonna make it?
Nobody.
Exactly. Things that require other people's effort are not rights.
Yeah, it's so the focus would have to be on like society and like communal stuff where everyone is kind of like a village.
We would have to take a big step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like communism and socialism and stuff like that, it only works on really, really, really small things like villages and stuff,
Yeah.
like really small
Communities.
things. Yes.
Yes.
Once you get to a country, it's not going to work. It'll never work ever. And it's been
So
proven
we're
over and over
tripping-
and over in time.
We're tripping on our like intelligence or our all of our technology because we do need to take a step back and like focus on family and stuff. Because I think that could be enough to motivate you to be like, okay, I'm gonna make this stuff for my community, or I'm gonna make these sacrifices for my community because I love my community, but I also love my family, and then I also love, and then you just branch out further and further.
Oh yeah, one of the biggest detriments to human society in like the last couple centuries has been mega cities. Everything is so impersonal.
Yep.
Bye.
No one gives a shit about each other. You walk down the street, someone dying right on the street, you just walk right by. You're like, I don't know that
Especially
dude.
now,
you know,
but yeah,
it's
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, very true. I mean, I even ran into a situation like where, there was like a homicide in the street. Like there was a bunch of people like all gathered around and like they already had like it all kind of like taken care of, quote unquote. Like authorities were already on the scene.
Yep.
And, at the same time, I did just kind of still go walk and get my coffee.
yeah, like kind of
there's so many people though.
think about it. Like when you're driving down the road and there was an accident, you're not looking out of concern. You're looking out of curiosity, and that's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
if you really think about it.
Dude, no, that's really real. It's like
Like,
it's
those
like
are
when I
real-
bent. Okay, rubbernecking is bad.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yes.
But when I look, I'll be like, damn, that car was fucked up.
Yeah, like, but there was a real person in that vehicle.
Yes.
and they are probably either dead or severely injured.
Have you heard of the Dunbar's number?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the name, but yeah, I've heard this concept.
The idea that we can only maintain 150 relationships. So essentially, we're not meant to really be able to sympathize with
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why like
people around the world.
social media is another thing that really messed us up. Is that all of a sudden people were able to get that satisfaction of pleasing someone super easily. You post something, someone likes it. Before you had to actually like interact and get to grow to know someone.
Bring them some sugar or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, it's like you run out of milk, you go to your neighbor, hey, you got any milk?
That's gonna make
Goes
that's
the
gonna
milk.
hit you the
He's
same
happy.
way.
You feel that endorphins that
You
now
provided. Yeah, like the endorphins of you providing. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that,
Like, and now all you got to do is go on Twitter and just type "fuck Trump,"
Milk.
and you'll get thousands of likes. And it's crazy. I just use that because I knew that would be like a really easy way to get likes.
Fuck
Like,
Trump, drink milk. Or don't drink milk now. That actually probably will get you more likes. Because
Yeah.
now the don't drink milk thing is.
and they'll have to. I am a little
doesn't want
lactose
you to drink
intolerant. They'll
milk?
have to take that stuff from my dead
Yeah.
hands. I love milk. So
I like milk too.
Almond milk, nut milk, every kind of other thing. That
Eggnog.
Eggnog is the bomb. I love eggnog. Did anyone else get told growing up that the reason why it's seasonal is because it's really bad for you to drink all year round, like health wise?
No.
That's a lot of sugar, I think.
I don't know who told me that growing up, but they were like, yeah, it's just if you were to drink it all year round, you basically die. I'm like, oh, okay.
How much sugar is in eggnog?
I was a little kid.
Yeah, a lot. Well, it depends, I guess.
I think it just goes back to like, I mean, it's like presents, right? You don't want to receive presents all year round because
It's
Or
not special.
cake.
yeah,
Yeah.
how special it is to receive presents on Christmas. It's just part of the same whole. Like,
People would die off eggnog if it was probably all year round.
Worldwide
Well, it's really
Eggnog
bad for you.
Corporation is
Like-
just running off of our nostalgia for seasonal.
Like it's not good for you, I don't think. Eggnog, right? Eggnog is like really bad for
Okay,
you, right?
most common.
you know what's not bad for you? Sugar.
Heineken. There's sugar in here.
No alcohol, no sugar.
Yes, there is.
Is that what you put down?
There's
next to
not.
it?
Yeah, it's non-alcoholic.
You know
There's-
this is not getting drank, right?
There's
Like-
16 grams of carbohydrates.
No,
One sip.
no, I'm good.
There's no alcohol.
It's not alcohol.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
It's
no
not alcohol, though.
Yeah, there's no alcohol in
It
it.
tastes like beer.
Why
It's
would you
good.
want that?
It tastes
though?
like beer. It's got 16 grams of
It's a
carbohydrates.
social
I think
thing,
that's
you
sugar.
know? I don't know.
Yeah, but beer tastes disgusting. Why would you want it without the effects of
No, it's an acquired taste.
like an actual beer?
Yeah.
Like not liquor, but like a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I, 30 now? I think probably I was like 22, 21.
Yeah, see, he's a man
Yeah.
now.
So
There's a difference.
How old are you right now?
30.
30. Okay, in the last 8 years, how many foods or
A lot.
that
Yeah,
come
I
to
know what you're saying.
enjoy
Yeah.
over time, right?
That I used to not like, yes.
So you're telling me the last time you took a sip out of a beer was 8 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
presume
yeah.
you-
But
I present to you.
but the underlying
non-alcoholic
the underlying taste of alcohol though is still gross to me.
well,
Like
doesn't
when,
have
even when I do
alcohol.
like
It
shots.
doesn't
It doesn't have alcohol in it.
But it will taste like a beer.
like beer.
It will taste like a beer for sure.
With that being said,
Cheers. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
It will
life.
taste like a beer for sure. I guarantee that. But it will not have alcohol and it has 16 grams of carbohydrates, guys.
By the way, we're not sponsored by Heineken.
Yeah, because I'm
but we
telling you.
gladly will be.
Sponsor- yeah.
Sure.
And also Liquid Death.
And also,
Yeah, we were definitely not sponsored by Liquid
We're
Death,
not sponsored
but we
by
would like
anybody.
to be.
Big time.
Except our investors.
We think water in a can is a great idea.
Yeah, because microplastics are like destroying our health. Which I actually I'm not too knowledgeable about that. I've only heard about that for like the first time I think
What
within like
is?
the last year. Microplastics,
Oh, yeah.
like how everything's is in plastic, so like you're ingesting tiny pieces of plastic all the time, and it's really bad for you.
No. It's terrible. It's apparently shrinking people's taint sizes.
Okay,
Did I just
Well,
make a
what-
statement?
I didn't know that.
But does that serve a purpose? Does the taint
It lowers your fertility.
Yes.
the taint? Isn't that just
Well,
the
it's supposed to-
space in
your taint-
between?
Well, everything's important.
That's the
And if the
gooch.
plastic is doing this,
Can we agree on this?
I don't think it's benign.
Science of tanning. Your
What
taint.
is this?
Don't call it the place where the sun don't shine anymore.
Science of tanning your tank.
Oh. Shield has a lot on this.
Yeah, he does.
Shield has a lot on this.
I want to tan my taint, but I've never did it. But I've thought about it.
I mean, I know that you've brought up like product designs and things and the benefits of UV.
we did design the taint tanner.
He designed a bar, a pool bar.
a pool bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how we got to that point. But basically the whole idea was like the benefits of like different rays of light, tanning genital things of
Yeah.
that nature. But there's no great way by our society standards to do this, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, because isn't tanning like bad for you?
No,
Like,
okay.
It's red light.
Skin-wise?
It's the red light.
It's red light.
The sun, what the sun provides. I forgot what it's called, but it's the UV red lights or whatever that are good for your skin.
There will always be bad rays
Yeah.
for things. But and we're not saying like tanning bed level of light emission.
Okay,
but
that's what
like
I'm
the
thinking.
idea of getting any kind of like vitamin.
Yeah, the ideal amount.
Yes.
It's gonna be the scientist or whoever the fuck's
So
gonna.
anyway, the pool bar idea is we're gonna make it where there's like either like balls, like ball pit balls,
Okay.
or like maybe we do bubbles,
Yeah.
We could do
some kind of
bubbles.
substance that would,
make it opaque where you can't see, right? It's lighter than water, it's float, and it makes it where you can't see below the water. And it's a social experiment. Not experience, a social experience where like you go to like a bar. The bar is in the middle of this like large wading pool where no one can see below the waist. And then like we emit light into the pool.
which, okay, your first thought might be, oh, we're all naked around each other. So, first of all, only waist down. Second,
Might as well take off
I
the shirt.
wouldn't expect someone at the bar to touch my crotch or my ass out of nowhere. So why would they do that in the pool, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether or not my genitals are exposed; they can't see them.
That's correct.
Why would they? waste their time?
Also, we could very easily be like, yeah, your hands can't go below the surface.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like
Yeah, keep your hands up, man.
hands above the
You
waist.
might want to keep them above, depending on what kind of substance you use to like create that screen
Right.
on the surface.
You don't want soapy beer.
No.
So do you have like a lifeguard? Like, hey, hands up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like
It's your
how-
goddamn.
Yeah, you have a
bouncers.
yeah.
You'll have-
You have security. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. See, and that's organized. That's organized, and that will work. But we have to all, as a community, and that's what we did, and that's how we came to that.
Yo, I just thought of something else.
What?
Okay, so you could take this a step further in a much better way, right? So, never mind. I already broke my own thing. But okay, theoretically, if body heat did not change the temperature of water, depending on how many bodies are in it, right? Hear me out. You could design a swimsuit where it is opaque at specific temperatures and becomes translucent at other temperatures. We already have that like adjustable clothing color. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, the facilities would have to regulate the heat throughout all seasons of the year.
Yeah. Or we just put unknown chemicals into the water that specifically react to our translucent bathing
Yeah.
equipment.
Is this cost effective?
No.
No.
No,
It's going
we're
to be
not
really
cutting corners.
expensive.
Who's gonna pay to tan their tanks?
Everybody, the rich people.
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Definitely in Scottsdale. You can get them in Scottsdale.
Calabasas.
Calabasas.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Probably Vegas.
Definitely.
There's gonna be hands in there.
There's a definite Miami option. Somewhere down in Florida. I can't think of another like rich part. It's just Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, I think that's like their
Daytona.
biggest city, I guess, Miami, yeah, right?
Ibiza. It's in Europe. Right?
Yeah. Dubai.
Dubai. Oh, definitely Dubai.
Definitely Dubai.
I don't know
Singapore?
if you'd be able to pull that off in Dubai.
Why not?
Yeah. So
You could probably. Oh,
In the American embassy.
they're not supposed to.
oh, I don't even want to say this.
Islam is against so drinking.
We can give them
all these
food.
things.
We can give them food.
Plus, it would basically,
We just give them food.
It-
All halal.
plus
That's
it would,
what it's called.
It would just be men.
Yeah. All halal pool ball.
There'd be like no women. So
That's fine.
yeah, but I don't think people would want to go there with just men.
I'm not trying to say, but it is kind of more for like men health anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our taints are shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our little and our sperm count's going down because of this.
Have you seen the crazy stuff that they do out there
Out where?
in Dubai, like the United Arab?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's crazy stuff. It's just
I don't think they'd be totally opposed to this.
I don't think so. And then also what you're wearing,
Yeah.
you can't see it
They
anyway.
already wear like
yeah, but like what I'm
mix.
Exactly.
yeah, what I'm saying is that like the women need to be covered, though.
and they're wearing
So-
it as well.
So, no, I mean like they wouldn't be able to partake.
Well, let's say our Dubai branch only allows men, and that's fine.
Oh, it would have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And there's only
It's
men.
more
That's fine.
successful in the
We're not
US
trying to,
and Europe, and probably Asia.
bro, because it would increase our it. Well, I think the way that this is described, you probably never can grow your taint. Sorry. So, on average, our grandfathers had larger taints, and our fathers, and it's just getting smaller and smaller until it just disappears, and we don't have any genitals. We turn to aliens and we use AI, and this everything leads back to AI.
Penises are shrinking because of pollution.
Well, there's multiple variables.
So
It's shrinking faster
penises
now.
are shrinking. We're growing in height.
Oh, that's cool. We'll be tall aliens with no penises.
The problem with search engines
It's the
though is that you
microplastics.
can you could search up literally anything and then is caused by and then like either racism or pollution and you would find an article about it. No, straight up, like you could be like walking is racist and you'll find an article about
Oh my
walking
god!
is racist.
Please.
Go. You might have to try and Google though, because
Walk-
DuckDuckGo is less.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Google, give it to you, huh? If you
White
can't,
people. Okay, yeah, there we go.
walking is racist.
It says the way white people walk is racist.
Oh my god!
Hiking is racist too, by the way.
I want to go hiking after
Yeah.
this.
And sexist.
Yeah, because I remember reading this article. It was like, only white people are hiking, and it's racist or something.
That is not true. I think that article is racist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just the
Yeah, I think so.
it's just the obvious outcome of the the really far leftists like progression for progression's sake is that like they need to find something to be upset about.
Okay, I hate to
So-
say this. Oh my god. I mean, but we've already been hit with all this type of shit for so long. Please, is sex racist? Is it? I have to know. Is having sex racist?
Having
Because then they don't even want us to have kids anymore.
Yes.
So that's the most racist thing.
The
you'd say.
answer is yes.
what is fetishizing? Okay, so
Yeah, that's
fetishizing
yeah.
or fetishing.
Fetishization.
There you go. That was it.
Oh, so even like
I don't think it's
What
racist.
do you feel about yellow fever, sir?
I do have it,
Well, are they saying just liking somebody?
That's not
but that's just because
is there a difference between racism and preference?
no. Okay, so the
Not to
problem.
the internet.
Racism is prejudice, right?
Oh, prejudice. It's different. It depends on where the feeling stems from.
Yeah.
No, see, the problem with the fetishization argument.
I don't like you as a friend because I hate everybody else.
Yeah.
It's like I like you because you're a homie
If Brandon likes Asian women because they're Asian, it doesn't mean that he's racist.
and hates everybody else.
Because he acknowledges that Asian women are different.
They're beautiful.
So the problem with liking Asian women as a white guy is that people automatically think it's because you're fetishizing them, because there's this stereotypical ideal of Asian women that they're like submissive and stuff like that. When in reality, not everyone, there are some weirdos, but when in reality it's just that what I find attractive, like what my mind finds attractive, are things that tend to be on Asian women, like monolids. I think those are the most attractive kind of eyes. Black hair, I'm a sucker for black hair. Bangs, they're one of the few cultures that still uses bangs primarily, petiteness.
You could also argue that like nothing about the. I mean, Brandon, you review like wrestling, correct? I don't think there's anything too submissive about that.
Oh hell no, dude!
nothing about that.
Japanese women's wrestling is some of the most hardcore wrestling on the planet.
I haven't even seen it yet.
They're
wait.
crazy. Like Manami Toyota, she was holy cow. But no, it's just
But you're not thinking I'm a white guy and I like this
Yeah,
girl.
no.
You're thinking about this girl is
yeah.
attracted
So
to
like
me.
we all have preferences. The preferences that I find the most attractive in women just happen to be things that Asian women tend to have. Like if
fine.
if I liked blonde hair more than black hair and I liked lighter complexion, then I would probably have a thing for like Norwegians.
Yep.
But I don't. I like tan, like darkish skin, and then all those other things I said. And
Yep.
Asian women tend to fit that more than anything
So
else.
does this make you cry? The surgery.
Racist.
The surgery
I'll take it. I don't give a shit.
where they widen their eyes. Does this make you
Not
cry?
racist.
I do
He actually
think.
has business cards that says Brandon, not a racist on them.
So are you talking about widening eyes, or are you talking about where they get
They
surgery,
get surgery to make the eyes look more
the
round.
double eyelid surgery?
Yes.
I think it
While-
is a travesty
While Jamie leaves.
because like I said, I think monolids are the most attractive eye shape, but there is this kind of thought process amongst a lot of the Asian nations that a lot of their features are unattractive. That's why they try
It's
to
that grass is greener thing.
Yeah, they try to bleach or not bleach your skin, but they purposely stay out of the sun to get lighter. They get surgery on their eyelids to get
So that's self-hate to a level.
Dual
I don't know. Monolids are what they usually have.
dual lids.
Dual lids, yeah. So they get dual lid surgery to have eyes like us.
That's that self-hate though.
I think
That
it's
wraps
unfortunately
back around to
Yeah.
those guys that are like they hate humans
But the problem is
because they are humans.
is that like their culture itself finds their natural features unattractive, which I don't think is true for like most cultures.
Well, that's
Like they can appreciate other cultures' attractiveness, but they still think that the natural things of their culture is attractive. But like for example, like I was saying with like Korean, for example, South Korean women, holy cow, there is a plastic surgery epidemic because they just don't think that a natural Korean
But
face
how much
is
is that
attractive.
just?
most
How
of the
much
time.
is that just like women in general? Just the women. Like the guys may be like, "Hey, I don't have no problem. You look good, girl." Like, but they're just in their heads and they're just like, "Oh, I got to do this."
Well, it depends on what they're fed,
Yeah, like there is
Yeah.
media wise.
Yeah.
there is problems from the men's side for sure in terms of like women's looks and stuff. But I think that the major ones, like you need to not wear the same outfit, more than once in a week, things like that. Men do not care about that.
I don't care.
Like I've never once seen a woman wear the same outfit more than once and been like,
And even like,
whoa,
it's
you know,
like
like,
you don't even realize it.
Yeah, I don't even like you with outfits on. So
so it's.
so I don't even care.
I think it's coming from both sides, but I think the majority of the most damaging is from the women themselves. Is that they're and it's the same for men. Is that men are like judging other men more harshly than women are judging men in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I'll judge a man way harsher than I'll judge a female. I don't.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the things that women think they need to do to like be beautiful. They're not being presented by men. It's
You could argue
women's
some of those
magazines.
things are like okay. So there's probably in this specific example that you're giving with like plastic surgeries and things like that. You could argue a lot of that does have positive effects for their self-esteem as well. When it comes from a place like that, it's hard for me not to support something that makes somebody feel better in their own skin.
Yeah, I think
the problem-
women are definitely supposed to do that though. There are definitely
Now
supposed to do that.
there are healthier ways to be comfortable with yourself.
The problem
But I'm
I
just
have
saying,
with plastic
if that's the direction
surgery
they go.
is that it's humoring the problem instead of figuring out why they feel that way. Because they
Well, yeah, it's so dramatic. You're manipulating your body.
It's like someone who believes that they shouldn't have an arm.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, yeah, man, you shouldn't have an arm. Go get it cut off. We're like, okay, you're obviously not well. We need to talk about this on why you feel like you shouldn't have an arm. It's the same thing with plastic surgery, is that these people think that there's something wrong with them, and that stems from many different factors, whether it be society, their own family, things like that, mental illness, what have it, is that they feel like there's something wrong with them and that getting that plastic surgery is going to fix it. And I think the plastic surgery, like I was saying with the AI, I think it's just exacerbating the problem. We're humoring them instead of actually delving into the problem.
Yeah, because the cosmetic game over there is.
But at the end of the
very
day, it's
scary.
like your freedom to do it.
Yeah, we can't just socialism
East,
be like, this is better for
honestly.
you.
Yeah, like I have. If you are a consenting adult and you want to go get your nose done, do it. Like you have every right to do it. This is America. But
America.
that doesn't mean that I don't think that it's like wrong, But it's
Yeah,
their
and I
right.
don't
It's,
even
their,
have
it's
to-
their right to go do it.
I don't even have to bring up that I think it's wrong. It's fine.
I think
Even if you, especially if you enjoy it.
for just purely cosmetic reasons, I think plastic surgery is wrong.
But I think you can get addicted to just about anything, and that's usually a negative implication.
That's not even what I'm worried about. Is addiction. Like that is a problem.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's this concept that like, oh, we no longer have to deal with what we're given. We don't have to deal with it anymore. We could just go change it easily.
Yeah.
It's creating a mentality of, like I was saying before, we no longer have to go through.
Is it shirking
Adversity.
responsibilities?
No,
Because you're like, all right, all right, I don't want to be a dude,
yeah.
so I'm just gonna be a female.
So it's more like you instead of
That's a different topic.
instead of coming to terms with who you are and working on yourself, there's an easy solution now. There's oh man, like it used to be people with like that one thing that was like different about their
Brandon.
face. That was their most beautiful thing.
Your nose is good.
Your nose is amazing, bro. And
That's just one of the I think, although nowadays probably butt implants are the most common, but I think nose like was probably one of the most common at one point. That's why I was pointing to it. But it was like, it used to be, that superstar. Yes, she was conventionally like really beautiful, but there was like that one thing that was like weird about her that wasn't just perfect. And that would be the thing that a lot of people would think was the best. And they would love that about themselves. But now it's like,
Are you referring
okay,
to, like,
I have,
Marilyn Monroe's mole.
so, yeah, like this, like nowadays it's like, okay, this is unattractive. So I need to go get surgery.
I think this is
and it's a simple is like, and then it's over, and then now I don't have to actually, become a person. I can just kind of run away from.
Well, look how far
Becoming
she
a
got
person.
with it.
I mean, this was a big deal during like COVID as well. Was
With plastic surgery.
people having issues with the way that they looked on camera because more people were looking
I'm gonna
at
get
recordings
plastic
of
surgery
themselves
after a
more
while.
than ever. And not in a situation where like we can't zoom through Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the filter thing.
Also, getting used to wearing masks in public and not,
Yep.
exposing their face.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was a big deal.
Everything that goes with
When I
So
started
that, like-
making videos, that was one of my biggest things. Was that I would make a video and then I'd go and edit it, and I would just look in disgust the whole time at myself. I'd be
You
like,
even said something when we started doing this. You were like, I don't want to watch the video.
yeah, no, but you know what? I never really kind of got over that, but I'm like better.
Yeah.
Like I can like look at myself and be like, ugh.
I just
But,
want to point this out.
I was like,
right now.
that's me though.
I want to point this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at themselves that way. I
Oh,
believe. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, like Vitea, when we were sitting down earlier, he was like, I dislike my side profile. I'm like, that's fine. But like nothing about when I look at your side profile, anything. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
I'm aware of that.
Zero.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine for you. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's fine.
But that's what makes us human.
is what it
But
is. Yeah.
you know how you were talking about you think that humans should always be in survival mode?
I don't think they should always be. I think
Or
it's necessary.
good for them. It's good,
for them. Yeah.
I think that's that version of how you're looking at yourself.
exactly.
Because you're always fighting that. Because everyone has it. So they might not have it at the same time, right? Always. But it's good for them to fight that.
Like this might get me canceled, but I think getting like going to get the plastic surgery to fix a problem is being weak. I think you're being weak. I think you're running away from something that's
Okay,
hard.
can we have... Okay, but this is what I want to say before you said that.
Just purely cosmetic though, not medical. If you need plastic surgery because of a medical thing,
That's totally different.
totally different.
Yeah.
100%. Like if your boobs are too big and it's causing back problems and you want a reduction, completely understandable. Like that makes 100%. Like no problems with that.
Okay, so this is what I want to say before you said that.
Go ahead.
Well, way before you said that, I wasn't gonna say this, but then you said you said I don't want to get canceled. So all right, I don't want to get canceled for this, but so we should have like a rating for all the plastic surgeries if they're demonic.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Which level?
Well, they have like full TLC like videos of botched, bro.
Yeah. This is kind of mean though.
Is it? You
A
just
little
said
bit.
what you said. You said
Yes.
they're weak.
Yeah, but the decision's been made.
I sat down in a car.
They can't go back.
after work one day with Shield for like 45 minutes, and we talked about not judging.
I didn't say they were weak. I'm just gonna rate it demonic level.
No, I'm saying you're gonna rate it demonic.
Yeah, like we did the
so we're not going to
movies.
actually judge people's actual surgeries.
No.
Okay.
It could be a random person. I don't
Okay,
care.
because I thought we were going to like start pulling up people with plastic surgery and being like,
But we can look at them for reference.
that's
This is not a good.
yeah. I was like, that's a little because
We can look
they're
at different-
clearly mentally ill if they've gotten to the point where it looks super bad. You know?
Well, okay, if it looks bad, you know how people are they talk bad about the surgeons and they're like, you're mutilating these people. Like, you know, they're like, why?
Which they are.
Well, if it's bad, then it's going to get a higher demonic rating score because they were involved with a mutilator.
So we got your boobs, nose, liposuction, chin, jaw. Is
Some
that
of these
even
sound
real?
good. Like some of these sound like it should be done.
Yeah.
Is that really a thing? Extended penis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
my
demonic.
God,
Yeah. That's,
we should have made this list yesterday.
see, that's the problem. Is that every single thing on here except maybe boobs and liposuction. Technically you can get nose plastic surgery because of, like, for example, I have a deviated septum and stuff like that. But that doesn't. I don't
That's
think
a
you.
one.
Yeah, I don't think you have to change the outer appearance of your nose to get that surgery. Though.
No, but that's still a 1 on the demonic scale.
Wait, I'm not gonna start until the list is finished, but I think I agree with you.
What the nose?
This list is
Well,
gonna
yeah,
be
because
long
there's
as
there
fuck.
there
Could be long as fuck.
because you are deviating from the design that the Allfather gave you.
Yeah.
That's demonic, but only a 1.
Which ones you said one?
So those
A deviated
Those three right
septum?
there.
Like you had plastic surgery on your nose to like help you breathe better.
Oh, that's a one.
That's a 1.
That's
yeah,
a one.
like I've thought about it, 100%.
Yeah.
So I can breathe through my nose because when I'm like when I try to run and stuff, when I have to breathe through my mouth and because of my fillings, it hurts
Yeah, it's cold.
like really bad.
Yeah. Also, it's it's proven that the best way to regulate oxygen going into your body is
Nose.
your nose. Yeah. So
Yep.
it's good.
All right, so let's see here.
Make it longer. I want more. That was good.
The problem is that the first 3 could also be for medical reasons.
Well, most of them can be for. You can
No,
always
Well, we can
lie
have
on-
medical and non-medical ratings.
Okay.
You can always lie on the form and say it's for medical.
Well, at the end of the day, if it's for a medical reason, then it's okay. I don't know how you could have hair implants for a medical reason though.
You're a self-esteem.
Hair implants?
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 bald people in here.
Self-esteem.
One second, I'll
Yeah,
take
but
off my hat. For
Emotional
this
distress.
I don't know about you, but I'm bald by choice.
Okay, so I'm bald by choice due to the lack thereof of follicle density.
That one's super dramatic. But yeah. No, okay.
What?
Leg
Hair
extension.
implants?
No, leg extension.
Oh,
No,
hair implants is one.
I've always had like a really deep widow's peak. People think that I'm going bald, and they're like, "Oh, you're shaving because you're going bald." I was like, "No, this is how my hair's always looked." Like, it's the same.
Mine wasn't.
Like, so that's
Mine went away.
why I started shaving, not shaving, but like buzz cutting my head because the widow peak with a buzz cut looks really good.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
you're like
Yeah.
your hairline shape is
Yeah.
it works with your head shape.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. Mine doesn't.
Okay. See, I
Also,
knew you were gonna start
my
making
widow's
that shit.
peak is very weak as well, though.
Oh.
On top of that, so
Yeah.
like the hair that grows here is much thinner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
Which is
bald by
fine.
choice.
I just need to eat more sauerkraut.
I just hate having hair.
Well, I gave hair implants a 1, so I don't see
Well,
it.
we
give it
should
a
start
1?
at the top,
Yeah.
right, and go down. So
Yeah.
boobs.
First one.
Boobs. Let me see some boob
No.
implants. I have to see them.
No,
I-
you
bro,
can't. No, you can't.
Yes, you do.
let me see after the surgery.
Okay,
the line.
okay. So non
Think Dolly Parton. Just think in your mind
non-medical.
right now.
It's
Wait,
a 7.
Dolly Parton. She
So
She got
are
some,
we talking
right?
about reduction or
well, that's what I'm saying is that
Should we put
Okay,
more?
reduction could lead to like non-medical.
Reduction
It
might
could.
be medical.
I feel like
There's a possibility.
I feel like 90% of that would be medical.
oh yeah, almost all of it would have. There are some chicks who, like because having too big of a boobs. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I can't relate. Like, I don't know. This is just what I've like seen and stuff. Is that sometimes they can get picked on it for it, like in like school, because like the other girls aren't as big, so they develop like a complex about it, and then later in life they want to reduce it. But yeah, like I would say more than 90, like 95% are probably all medical.
All right,
for
we're
reduction.
talking about strictly cosmetic.
Okay, strictly cosmetic boobs.
and I don't get a
Demonic.
reference.
getting
You don't get a reference.
I'd have to give it an 8 on a demonic scale.
I'm gonna give it. I mean, okay, so we're talking that this list is a scale in and of itself. I give it a 10.
Oh shit!
Okay.
But can we argue that because it's not directly affecting their... I wouldn't categorize organs like boobs and penises as part of like, someone's appearance. How would...
Boobs would be.
Yeah, boobs are part of your appearance.
It's really hard to hide
I
boobs.
feel like that's more part of the sexuality than appearance. Of course, it's going to affect their appearance, but I think it's lower on the scale compared to like getting a chin or jaw.
I don't. I think if we're talking about demonic scale.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
directly influences lust.
Yeah,
and
100%. Why?
Honestly,
That's why I
It's
gave
a
it an
10.
8.
That's why I'm
Kyle,
giving it
I
a 10
think-
because I think it's the highest that you can
I
go.
think you're right. I'm a little mad I didn't get a reference, so my scores.
You're not getting a reference.
It's been kind of low.
We're on YouTube.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it about a 3.
Really?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Why?
based on what?
Yeah.
Just not getting a
I was
reference?
gonna give it a 4 with the reference, but maybe I would have changed it before the reference. No one's gonna see the reference, but
Should I get a...
Lust is a direct sin.
Yeah, no. The reason why I gave it an 8, and I agree that a 10 is a good one too, is that the reason why I gave it an 8 was that a boob like growth, bigger Like it's purely as a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Because you are basically destroying your ability to produce milk, right? By getting a boob job. Doesn't that ruin that?
Actually, I'm not sure.
No.
I don't think so.
No, my mom. So my mom got fake tits, and she had a child later in her life. And
She naturally
remember her.
breastfed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But still,
Wait,
with
what was your
even with
question?
that,
Sorry.
What?
What was your question to him?
if
He
it
was
destroyed
asking-
the ability to produce milk,
Okay. It doesn't.
it's still at the end of the day a purely like a sexual thing that you're getting bigger boobs to show off bigger boobs and to kind of lure men's gazes
I'm
and
gonna-
lust,
I'm gonna-
like you were saying.
Yes.
What did you
It's a
give it?
10.
An 8? And
8,
you gave it
yeah.
a 10?
Yep.
I just didn't want to go all the way to 10, like right off the bat.
Well, there's not
But
going to be. I mean, that's my.
I don't know. I see
give it-
one on here that's higher than boobs
It's
Can
equal.
you? All right, my answer is
In my
after
opinion, it's
this.
Really?
because it's not a visual thing. We're talking about the extended penis, right?
Oh.
Are we on? Did we skip low? No.
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 No,
Let's
no.
go
We were
nose.
just
Let's
kinda-
go
We're
nose.
still on boobs.
No, we're
Yeah.
talking nose now.
So I got 8, you 10. You
Okay,
got a
so you can still get milk. You
Yeah.
can still.
Yeah. I think
I give it a. I give it a 5.
a 5.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be spiteful that I didn't get a reference.
okay. So 5.
Yeah.
You want to partake or
Tits.
I'd say
purely cosmetic though?
It's 0 to 10, right?
Yes.
Purely cosmetic.
Yep.
0 to. It depends on what era too. Like it was more. Like it was more of a thing. Where, like,
Yeah, but it's a demonic scale.
Demonic.
Demonic scale.
scale.
90s more. We're
90s were more demonic.
80s demonic level.
Yeah, we had the emergence of grunge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move from 4 to a 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's what I would.
Actually, 5.
In post production,
Yeah, I'm about a 5.
in post production, we should average out everything.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So let's move on to nose, and we're going purely cosmetic, right?
Yes, purely
Okay.
cosmetic. Yeah.
Nose is
Demonic
very
scale?
important. It's just as important as
Ooh,
not as
that's
important
really
as hair
messed up.
follicle.
Okay, I'm gonna give it. I'll go
just
ahead and
thought
kick it
that.
off. I'm gonna give it a 4 because I don't rate vanity up on the same level as like lust. So I'm gonna give it a 4 on the demonic scale.
Okay. You're going for a very like
Straightforward. Yeah.
straightforward. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
6.
I'll be the bar. I'll be the bar. Yeah.
I'm saying 6
You're giving it a 6
because I think that a lot of God, this is gonna sound really bad. A lot of nationalities, let's say, some of them have very distinctive types of noses, and getting some kind of plastic surgery to change that to me kind of feels like going against your true self, and I feel like it's pretty demonic to do that.
Okay. Shield.
Well, I consider what you said because I was gonna give it a 4.
You're
And
gonna
I
give
was
it a
gonna
4.
give it a 5.
So you're
Then
gonna
jump
have
back
it.
to 4.
So you were gonna place nose at the same level as your.
But you have a point. I'm listening to what he said, and he has a point. And I think you said 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do 6.
So you think that nose is more demonic than breast
Boobs?
implant?
It's
I'm
something
just-
about what you said about the culture and the
We need
noses.
to get him like a chart.
I'm so confused on his rating here.
All boobs look the same under a shirt.
That's
Your
not true.
nose, but that's not true. But like,
That's not true.
but like, they look pretty. Like there's a lower chasm. I feel like there's more noses out there, and for you to take that nose, that
There's a
specific
lot more
nose,
noses.
there's more
There's-
variety in
actually-
noses.
I would be willing to bet there's more boobs than noses in the world.
No, but there's more variety.
actually.
Yeah.
There's more variety in what you expect from a nose on a human being. There's so many different ways your nose could look. But there's only
My-
so many ways your boobs could look.
My argument comes that I don't think it has as many implications as appearance wise. Yeah.
It does. I think that anything
Face related?
Shove in my
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get your score.
Like so, I'm gonna cover chin and jaw and nose. Anything affecting your face is demonic. You're shape shifting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was kind of what
That's
I was talking
actually
about,
changing
but
your
way more
identity.
better way of explaining.
Straight up becoming a different person.
He's
Okay.
influencing my score right now.
I'm actually
What'd you give it,
debating.
Kyle?
I'm actually debating now.
You gave it a what?
I gave it a 4.
You're the same person.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna change mine.
What
to,
is it?
To 9.
Oh fuck.
For nose, chin, and jaw.
Yeah.
For yeah.
Hey, I'm going with you. I'm going to 9.
Yeah.
Let's just lump in nose, chin, and jaw.
You convinced me.
No, I'm here for it. I hear that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna move mine up to an 8.
Yeah. No, that was
use
the
it to
perfect
an
way to describe it.
No,
Right?
you know what? You know
Yeah.
what, Kyle? I'm dropping down to 8.
I'm gonna do. My first was a 10, obviously. But I'm gonna do nose. I'm gonna do nose at a 7. I'm gonna do jaw as a 8.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think like jawline is definitely
Wait, we skipped lipos?
more influence
we'll go
of
back.
like your outward persona that you want to like show. It's like, oh yeah, I want to be like sharp, chiseled, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely getting more back into the sex appeal than it is like nose. I don't think I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that like, but chin is more of a sex appeal thing.
Yeah.
Than
You can have a fucking chiseled chin and have like the judo.
right.
or-
It's gonna yeah.
You'll still
Yep.
be the
Yep. What else was on your list here? So we have chin,
Next is liposuction,
liposuction.
Oh, it's tough.
but it's purely cosmetic. Remember.
Hey,
It's
boobs
purely
is still
cosmetic.
5 though for me.
purely cosmetics. So like you're fat enough that you could lose weight through, assuming you don't have thyroid.
Yeah. It'd be like if I got liposuction.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Brandon gets liposuction. Purely cosmetic.
Kyle gets liposuction.
Kyle gets liposuction. You can both hit the gym.
I get liposuction.
Yep.
Fix your diet.
Yep.
Stop eating much shit. Stop drinking beer.
Yep.
Don't do.
But
Yeah, it's not a problem.
decide to go for liposuction.
Oh, so I'm giving this a high one, bro.
Are you?
Because I was 300 pounds at one point. So I'm giving this a high one. Boobs is, I think, 5. Nose is like fucking 8. Liposuction? Man, that shit's...
I'm basing this
That's
off
a
of,
fucking...
I'm basing this strictly off sin.
Liposuction is a fucking...
7.
It's a 10.
Sloth.
It's a 10.
Yeah, it's sloth.
7.
Exactly. Like vanity is one, right?
Well, all of these are vanity.
I think that would be like
That's vanity.
Well, all of
yeah.
these would be vanity. Because at the end of the day,
Well-
you're doing it. If it's purely cosmetic,
Right.
you're doing it for appearance sake,
Right, but I'm
or to make yourself feel better about that.
so I was like specific like sexualization is lust for me. Vanity would be the details kind of thing. So that'd be like chin, nose, and then we have sloth here. This is like making up for something that
being able to like control your own.
right, which you could also say is gluttony.
Yeah.
So this actually covers 2 of them. Yeah,
And not caring about,
gluttony
like-
and sloth.
You don't care about the consequences
Although
of
my
you-
metabolism is just bad, so genetics.
This man would eat salads for like days straight.
Yes,
So like,
lose a half of a pound.
this is not one.
I put it at 10.
10.
You put it at 10.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. Right? 7. I think so.
I
do you
put it
think?
up high because I've been there.
6.5 because I do still believe that most liposuctions are made for medical reasons.
Oh, almost all. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of them I would believe.
So 6.5 maybe.
6.5.
The I gave it a 7 because I feel like more than anything, it's you're taking the easy way out surgery out of all of these because it is like you were saying something that you could change yourself. You could go to the gym.
Yeah, you
could
do
eat
have
better.
control.
Yeah, so like it's right under boobs for me.
Okay, next.
Did we do?
Extended penis.
What about chin?
We lump that in with nose because it's all face.
I didn't do my chin, did I?
You guys, Shield, do you want a reference?
I didn't do chin,
You want a reference?
but I will do that for that. But I didn't do chin.
Okay. Well, we kind of lumped in
Yeah.
nose, chin, and jaw together.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Okay,
Like all the
what was mine for?
Basically, it was
8? Yeah,
changing
that's
the
fine.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need a reference for penis extension, please.
I don't need it either.
I'm
I'm kind
very,
of mad I
I'm
didn't
very
get
good.
boobs. So
Good. Yes.
oh, the medical.
there are surgeries that
I don't. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I believe it.
I'm giving this.
There's definitely inflating.
I'm giving this an 8.5.
Oh, I was going. I'm
Yeah,
going
because
10.
like where it is, it does come from the sexual relation lust category. It is not necessarily as outwardly visible. You know, it's like I'm not going to necessarily like doesn't naturally mean that's correct. Yeah,
I'm giving it a 10 because of just the pure intentions behind it. It's your
Sorry.
because like people who are getting like penis extensions are not doing it because they can't wait to give their lovely wife that they're faithful to, you know, a bigger penis for the rest of her life.
Micro penises exist.
Yes, I know that. But if you're married with
Where
a
they
micro
physically
penis,
cannot have intercourse.
yeah. But if you're married with a micro penis, she's obviously with you for something other than your penis.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to eventually like be able to? Like, share
But
that?
I think
And feel it.
Yeah,
Not have to wear a strap on.
right.
I think that it's
that might
It's
that
the-
could arguably be medical almost though.
yeah.
Almost.
I think it's the most demonic because it even more than boobs, because like while boobs you're trying to draw the lust towards you, with the extended penis you want to be the one
Supplying it.
supplying the lust.
You want to murder your wife?
And like
I mean, you could argue that for both.
oh for sure, yeah. But the fact that the boobs also have a visual element but the penis doesn't
That's why I
means
rated
that
it
it's like a
lower.
more like sneaky lust.
But the penis is a functional element as well. It's a reproductive organ.
Damn.
Yeah, but so do boobs on women.
Post reproduction, right? For
Producing milk and whatnot, yeah.
producing milk,
Mm-hmm.
but
Part of the
essentially,
process.
If you want to argue that the goal of man is to reproduce, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
as all animals, right? As it is for all animals, then if your penis is too small to, well, that doesn't.
But that's
You can
getting into
come-
the medical territory.
You
That's-
can do
that's-
insertion. Like you can insert the sperm afterwards.
That's not natural.
Or you can argue you can't.
That's I can rate that as a demonic level too, but still, I mean,
Could be.
it's better than surgery. You just gotta come.
Yeah, but like, let's not kid ourselves. The people who are getting penis extensions are not doing it because they want to produce. It's because they want to have sex,
Yeah.
which is pure lust.
Actually, I don't think that people with micro penises are getting penis extensions.
Oh
I
no,
don't think so.
no, I don't think it's the people in.
Like an average or below average.
It's the people in the porn industry. Like, I watched an interview with a porn star once. She was talking about how like, yeah, I've seen guys just like they basically just like they put in like a pump and it just fucking expands because it's like surgeries and shit. And I was like, oh, that's
Scary.
pretty fucked up.
So
Like,
you need the pump after
So what,
the surgery.
Did you give us a score?
what did you say?
I didn't give
Oh,
it
yeah,
yet.
you didn't go yet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, shake the boat.
Would I give a liposuction? I give it a 6.5. Yeah. I actually want to bring that down to 5 and actually put fake tits at a 6. And I'm gonna put extended penis at a 6.5.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, check that out.
Extended penis.
Oh yeah, because I moved. Wait, did I move? Did I move boobs? No, I didn't. I had still a 10. Still a 10. Yeah. And I'm gonna end this next topic. I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively say it's a 10 as well.
Okay. Wait.
Fake booty.
Yep.
Extended penis.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah, we're on
It's the
extended
same.
penis.
Or did you give your score for?
No, Shield hasn't yet.
Extended penis. Give it a 10 because if it breaks inside, that's really demonic. That would be a level 100 demonic. So that would be so demonic that I have to give this a 10. It's off the scale demonic.
Sorry, it breaks inside. What do you
Like
mean?
if you were during intercourse and your shit just broke off in her.
Inside of her.
Yeah, and you're just detached. That's so demonic, bro.
That's a scene out of movie.
That yes. We need to write that down.
That's pretty demonic, but I
That's
don't think
so
that's
demonic.
a thing that the people need to worry about.
I don't know.
I don't.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's done correctly.
All right.
But
the skin
I still
will
give it a
still be
10
Like saying, like,
for that
you
visual.
got fake tits and like the silicone whatever powder first, and now you're.
That's that would be a 10. That would make boobs a 10 if that. But I don't imagine that when I see boobs because I'm just like, it's just a boob. But if there's a line, I might need a reference for the penis extension. If there's a line where it's like
No, sir.
halfway through, like
sir.
it's
No, sir.
No references.
Denial. All right. Did you give us a score?
for 10.
It's a 10. Okay.
Fake ass.
It's a 10. It's a 10 for me.
Vain.
It's very vain. Yep, very vain.
And the problem is that the reason why it's so popular is because of twerking.
And strictly medical reasons.
And twerking is 100% just a simulation of sex. I don't care what people say. I think it's vulgar and
It feels
gross.
like a simulation of sex.
It's I'm gonna have to say fake ass. It can't be as bad as boobs and penis.
Why?
Oh no, it can be as bad as boobs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5 right above boobs.
being able to simulate.
Based on our current culture. Like
Okay.
our current one.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you give it?
8.5.
Being able to simulate sex. 8.5.
Because that's all that twerking is.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna put it under boobs. I think it goes into vanity, like you were saying, for nose and stuff.
Just vanity.
Huh?
Just vanity.
I think it goes into that, and also because like I don't think a girl gets too much out of having a fatter ass. The guy gets the most out of it.
You don't think Nicki Minaj got something out of having a fake ass?
I mean, she gets the like attention.
Exactly.
Which is based on
it's vanity, but it also generates lust.
there it is, based on lust.
Oh yeah. But it would have been there anyway. It's not necessary. I give it a 3. It's not necessary. It's like
Well, it's not a necessary scale. It's a demonic scale.
yeah,
You're literally doing something to pull sin out of others.
And none of
That's very
these,
demonic.
for purely cosmetic reasons, is necessary. If it's for medical, it's necessary, but cosmetic, it's not necessary.
because I think about the inner talk in this woman, and she's just like, oh, it'd be nice, it'd be so much better. But I can just imagine any guy looking at that girl before the surgery and being like, she looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nikki before the surgery was pretty nice.
Squats.
You can increase this
So yeah.
naturally.
All
I'm
right.
gonna give it a 10. Due to lack of better getting any functionality, and also there shouldn't be any like medical reasons for.
I disagree. People with there are like Hank Hill from King of the Hill. There are medical things where like you don't have an ass, and so you're sitting on bone.
Oh,
I have
Yeah,
that.
but that's medical. We're not
yeah,
doing
no,
that.
purely medical.
If these people were to gain weight, they wouldn't be able to fill in that.
True.
Interesting.
Wild.
How niche is that though?
It's got to be.
It's not very common.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there are medical reasons.
Okay.
Like there is a medical reason someone would get it.
I'll drop down to 8.5.
Okay. So when we say implants, we're referring to hair implants. Oh,
No, fake ass.
We could do.
Wait,
We're still on ass. Or?
Oh,
What did you give ass?
did you give one?
Yeah, I
gave
did.
one.
I gave one right off. rip.
Okay, so yeah,
What
I
did
think
you
we
give
all
ass?
gave it.
I gave it a 10.
I gave 8.
See, I should be giving these, but I'm a little biased. But I think it's a good score. I think it's a good
All
score.
right. Well, we know where
You
Sean
like big
stands,
butts? All right.
which is now more solidifying.
I'm
my
being
10.
biased, but I think it's not too far from what it should get. The liposuction should definitely be 10.
Wait. Oh, okay. So we're on hair implants now.
Hair is almost like you can't help it, but it is gonna make people want to be like,
It's
need that.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Two gentlemen here. We're 50-50 here with gentlemen who are blessed with hair.
As a person with hair, I give it a 1.
I can have hair. I just want to make that clear. All right. I choose not to have
really it's just
hair. All right.
So it is a vanity thing for sure. Back on that scale, big vanity. You could definitely argue that it changes appearance, arguably more than nose and chin.
They'd be like, "Who
lot.
are you?"
Definitely could be changing identity.
I'm giving it a 9.
I'm gonna give it. I'm
Above.
gonna give it a
Damn.
5.
Yeah, and I'll explain why too.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
man.
give it a 5. I think I gave the other ones a 4, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
So, like you said, hair, it does change your appearance a lot.
A lot.
Right? And getting hair implants, you're fooling people into thinking you have good genetics.
That's very fair.
What if you give them a disclaimer? This is what I'm thinking. If you give them a disclaimer, it's a 1. Just like boobs. If you tell them, if you say, if you have
It
hair
is nice in the
implants,
shower though.
if you have hair implants and you're like, these are hair implants, I know they look good. It's a 1.
So you're saying with the disclaimer, boobs, hair, and butt can be.
Yeah, but you'll find out
Can we
anyway.
go ahead and just like I know this is all like surgical stuff. Let's just talk. Let's talk like what about wigs? Wigs is huge, bro.
Depends on the
or
reason.
toupees, you know.
Do they have alopecia?
Like I can't put any. You can't really. It's very race based.
It's normalized in a lot of
It's
races.
part of their culture. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah, it's
talking
very
about.
normalized.
Are you saying wigs or weave?
I'm just saying, like, how demonic is it if I
It's,
get a
it's very
toupee?
big in black culture.
And it looks like fine, you know. It's like, and then I'm like deceiving people. It's like the same thing as getting hair implants. It's just not as like convenient for me, right? It's the same thing though, right?
But at the end of the day, it's not like a surgery though.
It's
It's just
not.
like a wig. You know what I mean?
How
Like
demonic is it?
Like it's
It's like, oh, I'm putting on a funny hat because I like it.
Yeah.
like it's doing the same thing except the surgery is like you're going really far.
So how demonic is it?
Oh, I gave it a 9.
A toupee?
Oh, toupees.
It doesn't fall off.
Is it the same as
That's
like
6.4.
it's like is it the same as like
6.5.
this hat looks good on me?
Actually, not really, because you're still presenting the appearance of having hair, right? So it's
Yep.
still deception.
That's correct.
It's just,
I'm gonna bump
You
that
could
up to
you
a
could
7.
argue like specific cut of
The-
pants or
the
I
just
think
toupee.
that's a little more fair.
you could
I think 9's ridiculous.
I think toupees and wigs.
form fitting versus tapered. Oh yeah, this is a whole. Okay, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and stop. We're gonna stop on that. All right. We didn't get scores from everyone for hair implant.
Have
So
you done
I gave
hair
it a
implants?
4.
1.
One.
Give it a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon.
Seems a little sexist. But
Well, I think it's not
give
too
all the ones
bad.
that only women get higher. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they're getting higher because it's their boobs and their butt. They don't need that. They already have it.
Yeah, but men's hair are their boobs and their butt.
And they only get
Facts.
a 1. They only get a 1
Yeah.
on their score for how demonic it is.
And I'm basing it on like both, because I mean, like other people do have to get hair implants.
solid 7 for me.
Solid
All right.
7.
Solid 7.
I'm
Blake
never going to be able to
lengthening.
get hair implants around Vaitea, otherwise he will throw holy water on me. It's very high up the scale.
All right, so leg lengthening.
Leg lengthening. Yes.
Again, obviously, the only people that are really getting this are men.
I need
Obviously.
Is it for your calves?
Absolutely.
Is it for your calves?
And it's the same thing with hair implants, so I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah.
You're tricking people into thinking you have good genetics.
Yeah.
I can't relate to the want of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not tall, but I'm not short. You know, I'm kind of just.
Oh, this makes you taller?
Yeah, leg lengthening.
Yeah, they add length to your leg.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a 5 because I don't think it's direct. It's not directly like a hypersexual thing,
Yeah.
but it definitely is trying to influence the way someone feels about you in that way,
But like height is a huge factor in whether a woman will even look at you.
based
Yeah.
on current society.
Yes, based on current society.
I don't think that's fair to blanket.
I'm not saying all.
I don't
women,
think that's it's not.
but
not
it's
fair.
but it is more common than people think.
Maybe this is also a blanket for me, but
Well, they always say,
in
"Oh, I
in
want a
my
guy."
opinion,
Yeah,
and
I
maybe
mean-
this is a tall person opinion, but
Like
if
that-
they care, then like I don't care.
That whole that whole meme of like
You know,
6 foot minimum thing. You know,
yeah, but
like,
like, the
it's-
people that have that, do you even care?
Yeah,
to
you
impress
don't.
them?
You don't go
You're like,
fuck.
if you care about that, then I don't want to.
no, I don't. But it is a huge. It's
just
one of the
saying.
problems. It's like one of the problems though. There's like height is a huge factor in a lot of current modern dating for men.
Well,
It's kind of like the
It's just like a hurdle that you have to overcome. Like if you're short as a man, you have to be like really
I'm
charismatic.
gonna stick with my
know?
5. I'm gonna stick with the 5 because like I don't know, man.
I give it something pretty high because, like in sex again, if you're having sex and then your legs just break off, that's super demonic.
not gonna happen.
That's super
Shield.
demonic.
It's not
I
gonna
give it a
happen.
freaking 10. It gets a 10 right off the bat, just because I can visualize that too easy. You see it.
So the reason why I keep bringing up tricking people you having good genetics is because there's a story from some Asian country where a man actually sued his wife because their baby came out ugly because she had so much plastic surgery. He thought she was beautiful.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, and he won. I think.
Like
he
she was
won
really
su-
ugly. It got passed down. Because usually
because she
it'll just
tricked him.
skip and then the kid will be pretty, even though the mom's not looking like that. Just something might just happen and it's boom. Oh my God, this is the most beautiful girl in the world. You look at her mom.
It's just just
But
mods
maybe when
for
she
the
was
game.
young. That's what I'm always hoping.
I'm gonna go wow, and then do we have any more on the list?
We have one more, I think.
One quick note on leg length.
Oh yeah, we
yeah.
need a score from you.
I think it's the saddest one out of them all. I
Really?
think it really is. I think the what's the word for it when like not feeling too well about your height. I think that's kind of sad. I mean,
Right, that you're in such a in such a state.
around that
Right.
is kind of pathetic, and also there are a lot of downsides to getting those surgeries. I mean, your legs are much weaker, so you're not even getting like a performance boost of any kind.
You can't
Yeah.
run. I knew it.
Your functionality is decreased.
Also, like, how do you even? Okay, so you probably can't even get that much out of it.
You can
right?
actually get pretty decent.
Like what, an inch?
No, you can get way more than an inch.
Yeah, but then your
there's
ratio, your torso ratio.
There's a
is
famous,
all weird, bro.
Vitalia, there's a famous before and after picture of a leg lengthening. You might just be able to find
Yeah,
it
let
just
me-
by, he's like almost a foot taller.
Okay, so like, would that not make your arms look really short?
Oh, he looks super like weird.
I imagine you needed the arm one too. You should.
Oh no.
We have this gentleman here. This isn't too bad, but
Oh God, I don't even.
Whoa.
I don't see the one that I was talking about, but yeah.
I mean, it looks normal, but just thought of it kind of hurts me. I don't even know where they make the incision.
women are doing it too. That's a surprise. Actually, a lot of women on here.
So they actually want to be tall. They don't even care.
I don't know. I'd be willing to bet the statistics are that's clickbait.
That looks like Emmanuel Macron.
They modified the right picture to make him look smaller.
Midgets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have
That might
to
be
do so
medical.
much that would just be.
but that would be
pointless.
medical. Yeah, if they had
I mean, you're a
dwarfism.
little taller, but now
Wow.
I mean-
that's significant.
God, they look mangled.
I don't know. I don't know the procedure. I don't know how
That's like a
fucking
really
safe
big
it
quality
is.
of life change, though.
Yeah.
I would score that lower. Yeah. Like if that was a situation.
But is it functional? It's not functional. Can I see the
could you
X-ray?
imagine living in a world
Like you
that's
ain't
scaled
be,
up to
you're not going to be a
Yikes.
what's it called? Like you're not going to be an athlete
out.
after this,
Shout
but
out.
you'd be able to
Shout out
live
short
a normal life. I think.
Let me see the X-ray. The lower one. Well, that's actually
Yeah,
probably,
that's definitely medical.
yeah, that's medical. But scroll down a little bit lower, because they had a diagram showing where they make the incision. But that white one on the side, next to that lady. No, your cursor was there. Just go lower.
More precise.
Where you're at.
This. Okay.
Okay, that one.
Yeah. Okay. This is how.
Ooh,
Tibia,
see,
that's
that's
the-
I don't like that.
The lower one, right?
Is that a
would
metal
definitely
rod?
lead to them snapping off, like you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, yes.
Because I
Be the
can,
next Exorcist.
and they don't replace it. They just put some metal. What is this? A new bone. What is the new bone made out of?
Probably bone.
Old bone.
Golly, that sucks. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
It's 10.
They actually put a rod in the bone.
That's a metal rod.
Dang.
Because you can put metal in the body.
Yeah,
I think.
that's pretty messed up.
Now go down lower.
Reasons aren't, but
Go down.
procedure is.
What did I give it?
Go
I
down
gave it
a
a
little-
9, right?
I gave it a 5.
Same spot. Go put the
I
cursor.
gave it a 5.
No.
Oh, man.
I think it was that. Yeah, I think it was around there.
Okay, I think the procedure might be more demonic than the.
Well, I think
the
if you
want
looked
to
up
have it.
any of these procedures, it would make it more demonic because
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so are we talking about like the actual thing happening or the want to do it?
I think just the
I
total
group it in.
package.
Total package. All right, I might have to bump this up to a 6, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lowered by the reasoning, but like the procedure is like super demonic. Yeah,
Can you click on the
like we're
X-ray
throwing
one?
new bones in people.
The
and
X-ray
stuff,
one?
man.
To the right, all the way there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
God damn. Look at the hands. He's ever so slightly.
Jeez.
I mean, these guys are geniuses that do that, but still, I give it a 10.
All right then.
All right, so we're on to the one that I because are we talking like goth chicks with like fangs? Because
Talking about is all of
that's pretty hot. Like,
Oh, what is this? Teeth?
Oh, you're talking about
talking
full
split
blown.
tongues.
Okay.
Oh, this is full
Oh,
body mod.
that's an
stuff.
11.
Body mod, split tongue.
11.
God damn.
Like, chiseling your what's when you freaking
Yeah, the
Your canines? Yeah.
yeah that stuff. Adding stuff in your face.
Oh, what they call surface anchors? No.
My rating's
yeah, I know
gonna
what you're talking about. They make them horns.
Subdermal.
They like horns and stuff. Yeah.
implants. Subdermal
Thing
implants.
on this person.
Yeah, you know, that's an 11.
You know, when I say my rating, all my other ones are gonna make sense, guys. I just hope.
I
Okay.
don't think they will, but
So, I'm still just gonna strike this up as vanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't.
they're purposely trying to get off a demonic look
That's correct. But for what reason?
on this one. Yeah, we're almost done.
Okay, let's wrap up the rating. We just lost the camera.
Yep. It's because the drive got full.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's still going to be vanity for me. I don't think it directly, unless it is for a fetish reason, then they're not necessarily going for straight lust. They are trying to directly look like a demon.
Yeah.
It's
That's pretty
anti-human.
demonic.
Yeah, it's anti-human.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll give it a 9.
Okay. I
11,
think
for sure.
I think they think it looks beautiful, and I do think it goes. I'm adding vanity in with sex and all that other stuff, but also just with their inner voices thinking that it's actually beautiful. And I give it the same as boobs. I give it like a freaking. What did I give boobs? Oh, I gave ass
You
a
gave
3.
boobs 5.
I gave ass a 3. I'm giving the same as ass because she thinks she's killing them.
Wow.
Yeah, because of a demonic presence.
It looks demonic, but in her soul, she's
Just
just a
being
human
possessed
being.
by a demon.
She's just a regular human being.
Yep. All right. Brandon?
Oh, I was 11.
Oh, 11.
Yeah.
Vitea.
I think the intentions are the same as like fashion.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you can argue it's vanity. Yeah, and it's fashion taken to an extreme. I'm not making my scores aren't very consistent, so don't hold me to this. But yeah, I'll give it like a 5.
Yeah. I was definitely going to rate it lower.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, they're purposely trying to go against the human form, which, if you're not religious, doesn't matter. But if you are, that is a form that was given to us by God. And you're purposely trying to spit in that
It's pretty demonic.
more than all of the other ones.
Okay. Well, go ahead and finish us off, I guess.
Okay, that was amazing. We only had one camera malfunction. That's fine. And in our other one, we have a couple. But either way, this was an amazing episode. I loved our conversation. I loved the new updates to the progress of this entire thing that we're doing here. And we're just, filming this thing, having a good time, having a conversation, inviting you guys in. So I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and I hope to see you guys with us for the next one, for the third one. This is the second one. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. You can watch us on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you could, listen to a podcast. We will also have a Rumble account when our YouTube videos get taken down. So, like he said, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. We're going to progress more and more as time goes on, kind of ruffle out the wrinkles, So please bear with us.
Yep.
Thank you.